Well, Busavo, good evening. Welcome. So, Eba Jasu Jumedie. So, you are live on OK 101.7 FM near partner radio stations across the world. You know, you're live on OK FM Facebook, and you find us on Facebook on OK 101.7 FM. Uber find it also live, so Vim Lady Online, with YouTube. You're live on High Life Radio, and you're live on King's Jersey Radio, New Jersey. You're live on NASPA Radio, London, and you're live also. Ewa Danfopa Media, Ewa Belgium, and France, Paris, Abontin. So you're live, so me got you FM all the way. Ewa Kukren to me. Tiamo, good evening, be only a kwaba because a corruption charges be Atlantia. It appears that Attorney General just open so chinkro for gum. But they say Attorney General doing than a media frenzy. And we will put it to Attorney General so be chair on chintem. Na onya reasonable evidence beyond reasonable doubt to bet me prosecuting for because they say the issue has moved from just mere allegations or mere accusations into say tarnishing for reputation if it turns out say Attorney General need proper evidence because see and not just everyday evidence sweeping evidence you where your criminal charges now against some people and you need to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Enti say oh kochi obi a emrani so you must have reasonable suspicion, reasonable grounds. Baudru quarter a reasonable doubt and it was a beyond reasonable doubt. Now also prove case. Nti enyan kwala I we'll come back to that. But Nanado eso akwa NPP for candidate here. Omu nyina ase omu pese omu gina no che say me candidate bi ase wo so ye mafia. You cannot be more mafia than Nanado. You cannot be more mafia than President Akufo-Addo. In Tuesday meeting now, Okoye and that is on News Center for front page and nano. Just a campaign on merits and integrity service. President Akufo-Addo put to the man omono. And this is exactly what I said to Brian Champo and Kennedy Japan. For that matter, all the candidates. This is what I said. Party full soldiers will be come up for there. It no be your issue with the might be your coins. Into Momo IQ low. But then exactly as I'm making a president in another so catch nipa potentials all those aspirants say mobe campaignia men campaign is an about me wafaka prama men campaign was about me majini siano men campaign was about me wanyare men campaign on baumia so man for fire a Canadian Japan. And Canada Japan about Kokana Canada Japan, the attempt Canada Japan needs to buy. That is completely irrelevant to a Jumana or Mokwakoyenum. But yo, Obiti said Tony Edu, now new center for front page. Tony Edu, who was a former defense minister under President Rawlings, was saying, say, Obiti said Canada Japan, Shana, Onia Wande, that is an interesting issue. A issue that people ought to know. Delegation. As I said, Canada Japan camp to me, Babon, Sebeka say, oh. Canada Japan or cancer or non-Casaya, they must give up because I know you'll be raising a relevant issue. And other aspirants probably will use it against Canada Japan. But a footwear president, a Akufo-Addo can a bayan for so campaign on issues. And to be fair, so far Canada Japan or Yenim say in the past, and aspirants in Yanko no yachen will be Enti dia Brian Champo ye nka wo Brian Champo kwanka funu no agro nka be funu se ba ne se yem fire nkofo nka ken o fire che obi a nko no nko ma agro na funu mu nyina but nkofo ne kasa ya o change ye no on say Canada Japan is not doing important ahead through kind of politics ni bi because on we share a lesson enti wo a wo ya tie Brian Champo wo future no you should also not tread on say and then I would to Baumia, now to Baumia, and then a friends and Gideon Bakone Baumia camp have also been forced to come and attack because so far even a bronya no cry and go for claims of Baumia camp. So far, who Brian Champion said attack you. And that's a Ken Hoside Neko. And I want Baumia no so claim say Onimshe. It is a mumu by Mojuma Munya decently because then I make us say Shamumo won't say every day corruption. Everyday corruption. Now, some fertilizer semi Gideon Boakoko raise against Brian Champion. Sir, Attorney General Casso or Fanuel look into it. I said, Moana Masobeshi. Attorney General on your pink crowd, Mbako court. Because for Attorney General, it appears say NDC no more diversionary taxes. And today be or mama sambe sorry biano. Because even NDC and Kasa, this issue is not even doing good to NDC. Because when him say this week, yeah, President Mahama Kokati sword for major takradi kept coast to dual carriage. And so sa corruption I say me akata so. NPP for say me akata so. And so this is a major project that the people of Takrady, the people of Cape Coast, the people of Ghana, you know, ought to know say President Mahama Oye Bibi. Oba Yenche, but he's delivering something. The Akana Oye and fire no, but at least he's doing something. So yeah, Takrady Road, dual carriage. This is a road I say. Mianka Samafaso. Ekwana nye. Enye. It is Oye Bibia. Who attorney general no so who position who cases now position ye a free sign this by in 10 months munye what coin sign every day who kochi every day who be court every day who prefer charges so who can't be anyone has started properly now ya cast away the trial has hearing has begun. Attorney general, you control the wheels now court the more you pile pressure on the court, the faster the court will work because when I attorney general, there are some privileges that ordinary lawyers need in the court, but who are certain that you have? And to push a case, no. So one of the cases, and I am a day give to a case, no. Give to a need how attorney general is dealing with it, and they like it. Dana how more they call court no show ya and Monchenemra court the next day. On Yaribia Monchenemra court. Say ne lawyer show ya. I said the judge ne can they must provide evidence of sickness. Oh, yare now do court hospital records abasa oh yare because no service issue no. Oh, charges now kind report na masa. Ghana ni bia you must cry. You must cry. This is an issue. And when we say everybody is presumed innocent until proven guilty. But when you say NPP for no work, they flag that they were saying under NPP chief of staff craft flag is saying conforna recash. Because and you see, and it's very interesting till and then give to away case or him cry was saying then to so no be on National American and sana about a buffer stock boss because buffer stock boss you also claim so nim hwehwe enti ye fa Ekufuado de NDC anum say but Ekufuado kire mo so oye mafia chemo enti wo bra na champon educhumo baomia o Kennedy Japan mu se mu nyina bra president Ekufuado so oyi musuli ya masa enka one also oye campaign etiamo enka one enti efutuo no de mamu mu beti amuntie ni now or forever hold your peace. So say, munye decent campaign. And yes, I mean, makache dada 2028. Mo ye campaign ama NDC mbeluzu. Say mo anye decent, mo anye discipline, mo ashamanu ye. Because baumia you can throw baumia away, but you can't throw baumia away with the dirty water. So often say baumia nye mpoa. Oh, attack baumia na o attack wangasa so party. Don't forget this is the same party opposite obelidi. And two did the party na time. Biana Kennedy Japan the empower no po chire mu say oh na NPP for mpo no odi o matemu once I call ya asan be chire Kennedy Japan fe he's having to struggle to defend himself and explain himself. It's monya careful. Mo NPP for monya very careful. Agro na mudi no e agro bone afutu Ekufuado de amamo no na no Monday me kan bi chire mo antia ene na mo amase mutie so ebebo am nya sa 2028 the NDC doesn't even have to campaign. Opposition na mobekwa kwotena na mo akakre opposition ya mo kwotena yakwa na mo hwehwe mu mo ho papa mo amu complain Mahama na Mahama china na mobekọ another 8 years ene anka mo ankata mbete pa eti muntie futuo na me say obi anye political paratiki experienced politician wa bia shit say Ekufuado eti otumufo a na motie because he knows what's on the ground eti na no na make na bi mo say o mebo me say mo de mo ye na make a low IQ mu the baby aye wura no mu wura ho nti don't worry esema yet no mu nti don't worry me see President Ekufuado not supporting Baomi oni Baomi aye fall out kakra or he's pretending to manage and I have some inside feel about me person mechanic say I mean ye primaries no area mema mo sa feel no say or supporting brand champion kakra because oni ni nyina dey feel Eastern region na Brane champo jeje nanim na se ono abeko campaign we na osika san me si buse Ekufuado wako campaign na he 3 times e da na osika san enti munya very careful agro na mudi no enya agro ketwa this so market and waiting for you san crofo me say we are president Mahama na gains and go be selected back which is how na do so General Mosquito ato forcing or Julius Zebra no so every omo say e akọ Professor Jena no pokwa my life enti se munima se president akonwa so our more power, not just abonten, not just amude munim suli ye kufu ado be yi no mo nkasa mbete pa enti montena ho e enti yanko give to why then so say give to why issue way how the attorney general is dealing with it. To me, I like it. I like it in terms of the fact say what kind of report to know and how to me say hey, sister way hey, a person is innocent and to proving guilty and hey, because apparently no attorney general you so say ni kunu as prosecution witness suspect muntie let me back up me say attorney general or Francis the Yukunu, I'm a media dance yet yamami. Why? Because what's a company in the report, no national service report, no company or on the side, or the new Ghana card, and then a driver Ghana card, and a company no mutu no driver ni kuno musi omuni. At least that is what they are saying. Say omuni more, and odi omudi anu ko be account. Enti sika here billion ye tiagu sa company no account. Now I don't know. Say nipa o ya ade akra. Osen ka o sa ade we. Ye be to me traces you so. Duma no omunya because the national service so. Enye university for ne poly for kwa ne post so. Musi amu vocational for ne ade a. Omu to me post you omu to say volunteers ne ade. Or the omu nyina kan ho. And there were companies ye post to nkwala ni bi ko ho a. They were non-existent companies. But omu tie brofo no adjective no. A me use no. Ye non-existent companies. Companies any assassin so in some companies and not transfer volunteers to Kogu and the volunteers were in some 4 volunteers and not do Omuko and Sikari to me ye in advance. Emma companies no company na fetre no makwakoji and it's easy to track these things. It's I don't know say to de bia ademu a ya minim se power o se dey o se tirimude o eba utima na fe bibia it's serious. Now, not same way it's a lesson to NDC for Tiakonya. Any obia or beba that obia obenya post. Say ball proof to cranny at the Bemawa. KVIP manager cranny at the Bemawa. Simple te ko de kwatu hanama. Remember, say it can be traced, it can be tracked. How do you form a company? What do you gunu Ghana card? What do you drive a Ghana card? Meanwhile, you interview, you drive any statement, you new crew statement or two, and you mean I'm a Ghana card. Minti company bia unim company was minim Ghana card na was minim ye ko check signature na e wo company na account so I assist a signature. You see we yes sir yesu kra ba se obe defend o kra yesu kra be bre obe give you up yesu wa ba se obe defend o in fact am fa yesu kra nya example bonsam kra ba se obe defend o kwa bonsam na ka so obe give you up on you. This is the case that is going to court. And every court now see or imagine a passport, and rightfully so imagine a passport because can be 38 million Ghana cedis. What they call then? What they call then? But see, any on na ask him because a do baby no, or also behind closed door, not officially on a first a witness and not accused person statement. So she didn't indicate that in the statement. But behind closed doors, my investigation say. Omo pesika de akobua party na party for no masuma wana and to see ya chu the question is about me the evidence yaba court ama wa ba be court say party for na say in any case unya evidence cross at the bar it's immaterial to the charge against you because charge and yes for that you on this day within the jurisdiction of this court did commit an offense then stealing just saying appropriation it will be catch a court to cross say oh man not court to see they can prove say stealing Ghana ye law anymore and for that matter a lot of countries are not here stealing a case of bokrono ofa de na ye benkum now the court nifa with the agiri etrim power boni say baby e da onifa no on san fan kwankoto one my stealing and what the betu benkum na say undi ye kra agini e wo utrim ne say on san fan koto obi no is stealing. This is the charge that is the facing. And imagine say one kasa ukunu witness adansi am attorney general against you. Into the ensawom there one here it be shama. And some be shama sister of course everybody constitutionally there's a presumption of innocent and to proving so beyond reasonable doubt. We all know say she's not guilty yet, but when you read such a report na report you over what and I just say eto de bia oh yeah bonne so found who see give your wife found who see me see she was all over the place give your wife now oh jedian apart from scholarship the am bekan ye and no the scholarship na Ghana citizen bia whether we your party ni and now your party who apply near the man wa apply no wenya nti anu put is not about this issue and the morally ni na obetime holding against say why the scholarship ama ukunu ama plane ticket kwa kan na che say wo tumi nya say sika we and to get from scholarship I was anko ama ukunu no for what some fan ko the masters meanwhile here for contomero of what say yen na ye di esika ko school ya ye di esika ko school yanji aban scholarship get found beyond scholarship secretary and kra ketinkiti egun kran obi fi Kumasi techi man wanchi no aba nkran to per scholarship this our banning party ni bia beda kansan ye di nidian kan scholarship and yet who be national service ya will pay ko betimi aboabo anu du ukuna ko school kunu so you okay okoye the master ti amani ko the master ti why they get fund scholarship include ticket ya wo ye ne gere nunya into upon sanska we one allegation ye de bo nyina no oh, kwa kosra ukunu wa broche na I saw ni kunu graduate oko for joining ni kunu graduation ni nyina ticket no say kan scholarship no na hia for ma kontomre wrafo body wrafo bidi wrafo kerosene wrafo ene nam no mu nya scholarship enkola nkitinkiti nyina de omho Afghanistan kwan ya scholarship wo hon ma na oko because get fund ni scholarship secretariat scholarship no matina so ayen cronies parties girlfriend boyfriends abroni beye na mo na do fam se mmeye sa adwuma we ya e ka o se sa abre na do fam fia no hwem nyina enim go ase amode agu no o so fake no hwem nyina give to why number 1 hwem nyina one by one he must cane you people flip you people abro young woman menya short to bedroom me age 38 million Ghana cedi why is your name being mentioned in a scandal like that na ukunu me for me that even gives you away. Say your husband is testifying against you. Ukunu Ghana card. Why we are and that is even at the money. That is a very, very malicious intended person. Someone for Ukunu Ghana card, there could be a company. Because me reading report, then because say Ukunu no can home. Say I won't know it my canana. And I work to company now. No, it more siphony national service. Shay national service won't call me Banadia. Sika crowd yakule ya working on food and drugs. Ono so honam pe job nti ene fra no pa on ti bre on no shem kolei ono po de temani akola nti ono yoke ono de ka kra na kwa adwuma o yoke o ti ase but wo de ochu akola bi ofia krasia ba be pechi obi nchen e wo bi a pent hostel ana hostel fia bi madina ho fie no ma kabom no ma rent da na omutim enkola we salary national service kana ya say ya mo giadi na wasa the ghost names yakogum enkofo medi 100 ewom enkofo medi obi di 3 years ni di wom why give your worry why na yesi oji sika no an odi koto team tio because of give your worry oh yeah your brain has to be studied why you are interested where your case where I was here do your Netflix documentary your case where I was here do your Netflix documentary because we are now the koto football team so that we go GFA now GFA no so what me man when you grande with GFA na protect why would you do that now we are nam one and I said nam 1 2 just yeah good man must and I know that there's a presumption of innocence but I'm saying say the fact that we are bana wudi is part of this issue no is for me problematic to me me pass a man no so enti man kakra position we want a man to be where buana Ghana konanim but you moving on from scandal I have more filler on this and I'll bring it subsequently but me say attorney general say media charade no do attorney general 10 months in here and now be prosecute way or chana say give to why Dr. Mustafa Hamid mu case in our started there could be our evidence they must have started already we are tired of the media campaign propaganda media trial this is trial by the media court start the case already and go and prove it for our evidence because you see how do I have or see this is attorney general so no pay any finding onya fan court but see pay on only finding no buffer stock papa no na yire nya adwuma your housewife but na yire no over 61 luxury now is that a crime to own luxury bags na se site ni na for Dubai anane na sa luxury bags and you can fake ube de ho Attorney General, can you tell the difference between an original Louis Vuitton or original Marc Jacobs and also original Chanel? But can you tell the difference between that and the fake one? How can you say that Maminu could a luxury bag 61? Luxury watches, some costing 1.5 million. Oh yeah, calculate. Did you want to certify the bags and the watches? Because China for fake, you know. Sometimes, especially local Dubai, also original. I can hash poppy. And funny my baby and babunkami so. A lot of the things now hash poppy, Eshano. Now you good the baby, so now original Louis Vuitton and a Chanel no. And Attorney General Pato, go take them to court. Take them to court. Why? Take them to court if you have evidence. Let them come to court and defend themselves. Nene Oforiata or China say, Mama so ba fast talk of boss is so why? Because you young cremophobia. In cremophobia decent. And cremophobia. And in cremonidia, you must not be mentioned in a scandal like that. Eh? And friend saying Attorney General say, how can Abdul Wahab, who exited Buffer stock in 2024, with a salary of Papani Kofi, and salary of 28,000 a month? Neyere enya 5,000 Ghana cedis. Mamini a housewife painting a salary as a housewife no 5,000 and you couldn't demand. But Otuminya Sika at the top a dime $1.6 million a chain homes. And no dear a Buffer stock boss, you must prove your source of funding. But you see, Yera Attorney General, there is no crime that says that Obiwe Japadiana, you cannot explain a source of funding a crime. There's nothing in the criminal code like that. Attorney General, me cry me a baby student, you know. I know, say, there is no crime in Act 29 that says Obi will die and now assassin, none board, not any panel to me, baby, it can only free a crime. It's not a crime. If you can prove he's stealing, prove it. Said Nipano for it's kind of one or the kotoy. Prove that one. But the mere fact that our dying 1.6 million, but he cannot show fund, no, and yet crime. And yes, how do you ever call the days of AFRC, any PNDC, you know, catch one man, one toilet, because people cannot prove their source of funding. Massa, for 5, so be all 5 city, be an for channel, because Rollins and Croft, when soldiers, they couldn't prove their source of funding. And we are saying, not people who were part of the PNDC government were only more than one house, one man, including Rollins' name, boom, Jackson, Hine Oho. Aji Gano, if you know, I toilet and Hine Oho, Nifu also got Penayahi. But it was justified to us, a former president, so he can have. But Sebi, Abdul Wahab, the Oya John. Abdul Wahab, the Oya Monkey. Abdul Wahab, the Oya, hey. Attorney General, if you be steady, you're serious. If you have evidence of any stealing, you must go to court. Stop disturbing us. Now, me catch you for your case. If you have any evidence, go to court and stop defending us. Because Abdul Wahab, Nakasaka say, Attorney General corruption claims against me, no, are untrue. Yeah, and do not reflect the facts of the matter. Papa ni say no credit. So now, AG is your word against him. Or see asema okay nyina so ato dan 1.6 enya no credit. Ebi kwa yo winya de. Ebi a o shada obi ni nua bi na danfo bi wa broche no so ontoma no. And all this can be go na account no auto ama no pacho. Prove your evidence or forever hold your peace, Attorney General. Ehunhuna ne doso. Say a first illegal bullying. That is what is becoming. It's becoming legal bullying. You are using your position as Attorney General to bully everybody. If you have evidence, rush to the court, prosecute the people, and leave us alone. What you say? Because say LGBT bill in our parliament. We don't know what. Move focusing on issues. LGBT, what is a major campaign? Go and pass it. Because they say they lead a catcher and they say LGBT needs to lane before parliament. Nah, it has already been passed. But tell President Mahama to sign it. If you don't want to, and I'm surprised on this matter there, Sam George and Kasa, Sam George, and now there you can no longer talk. Sam George, MPA or MP so. Sam George, MP, they say when you can no longer talk, and I said now all of a sudden you've lost your voice. You can't talk. Sam George, use the same vim now the chase DSTV for chase this one. This is a private members bill. It's in Parliament. Constitution say bill be a pass must not be of a public charge. Yet I say, but Sam George, defend this because the way you were vehemently defending, don't come and give us any excuses. Say, oh, and now the President Mahama is saying that it's going to be a public charge. We don't care. Do it. The bill is back in Parliament. Won't pass my say ye be lebie ma ye de abeto but ye lebie ma mpacho mo pass ma ye free mom pass ma yen na ye free. This is what we are doing. Mom pass ma, but I'm saying, so you see, all these issues now make it this week. President Mahama commission major road, Takrady lane, or yen double lane, Takrady road, President Mahama. And so Attorney General, then shenanigans when you know divert attention from the success of President Mahama Juma Oye. At least 24-hour economy in my, and we are waiting on President Mahama for that. But until then, at least we have seen President Mahama so yet Takrady road double lane, a road that I say one of the things that Takrady for didn't forgive President Kufuor for. Say why yet Takrady main road no. Now ordinary start to Sanko see Takrady say market circle say then. Now just say that was very a poor decision. One of the poorest decisions in the Kufuor's government. Yes, I start you know because you were President Mahama buy or the a year kwako see one more you know double lane. Attorney General, don't divert attention from Yema President Mahama. Focus on the other court. Go to court already. We are tired of you. And cyber bullying and legal bullying now. Ode mayen. Obeya no aye. Papa ni say you can also we are about stock no we are here. Also where we are, but take him to court. Ye nyina ye hu de ebeye. Me come in your bema ho Elvis ida ko na me ne Elvis da kan. Ko no ye editor man newspaper we a new sentence. Ti anope bi abetime follow cause big stories in your break. In fact, Nana don't aspirants in your meeting, everything, the breaking any issues a course. And then we are going to go into all the candidates. A friends a Brian Champon, Omunina, a friends in Canada, Japan, on one so of that concern any Tony Edu ye meeting now, Tony Edu say, on any interview, Tony Edu say Canada, Japan, yare, it's a bear already draw now. We'll go into all those issues and deal with it now on just to just. Your friend with him lady, if you can fire now on TSA, you can fire back. No insult because only low IQ people insult. I had it. We debate issues vigorously with passion and vim, but no insult. Ube kan wasem and wa kan wasem. Jasu nie. Mami ko eveza ko mama good evening. Akwa ba jasu jumedie. So thank you for joining us in America.
Good evening here.
How is that here?
Nyame adom me ho ya na also
Great. Yeah. Oh yeah, but yeah, but see a NPP for primaries. But lady issue. Give to a case. None of us are already. Emma court make us someone generate password. I think imagine a password. What do you make of that scandal in?
Well, if you see such a development, national service, and yet the kind President Mahama and son will be free office in the first term, I think around 2014. Now, a similar scandal, our national service, every two Ghana for you, and no dear, and young penny for no more a crank wow, yet chi nipa across the country. Saa time no so na ase enipa dodo a yesi yedi omudi hye as ghost names no so na ebro 70,000.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm at the then head of national service Alaji Imoro. Ama ye chi no ema ye man bail asem no court ba ko mi no ene obi sa asem no ko si sen a ye ntumi nkyere mu. We didn't know the end of that case because omuka kire to some of the microphone omutua I see omutua e kan ama ebi mutua enti omutua kana ma ban back and forth and ama aban ebi free ho akofo do aban ba ye hu say omukodi sa case nechi nti the case no Ghana for bisa Ghana ne say national service scandal na AC 2014 2015 na ye kan ho asem bebrebe no na wie ye ni sen a obi antumi nkyere.
The okay sika na ye involved in that in President Mahama national service scandal no.
Oh yeah, no so na scan so. Some no ye ka be say 200 or over 200 million. It's that time so no scan so. And so na so cry about 200 million at that time. And you know the ACCC and say ghost name at national service there. Enya the fufuro just dey be in see that. And na mark 2014 2015 the same similar issue happening. Mahama President Mahama Breso. But onu free power na Kufuor aban ba ya nten ho hwe biom. Nti na obisa obi ase sa case no na ewie ye ni sen a me yes ntwe no obisa me nim. Nti the abasisi ya no Ghana for the omo be so omo tene se asem no ye de akọ court ama ye di asem de abe ewieye ama ya kasa nipa odi fo ana odi bim en na Ghana for person omuti press conference bebrebe ya attorney general ye nyina no enye ne na ye court enye no so na ye se obi di bim ana obi di fo ente eba no saa sometimes no wan hwe obaba koka bibi ekina bi se nipa no kodi bim a ete se dia waka no nyina no wagu nipa ne ho fi nipa na kodi bim saa nyama na waka fa ne ho nyina no otumi nkosesa ne biom ente mi de bia maka se attorney general di anka o office office a court na se wokọ enye press conference ena se oba so at least we work court na we di bim na court a convict nipa no na o pese we ho press conference mini we adwene and the mini we adwene pa se case na yewie nipa no yesi we di for as court a this can na court so nko dem now so adwuma no wo di abayo yente se wo boga na fo amane a aka mini ne ya adwene by the case no nya nko court na ene press conference assuming without admitting say case ni kodu court wie na nipa ni kodi nkunimu a na de bebrebe a waka fa ne ho nyina no ye be de na ya reverse ye be de na ya restore nipa ni reputation ni image me nya lawyer de but some trade man de kakra say esua no enti na me bisa enti me de bia me ka say so obi wia Ghana sika once di kra e say ye giska no e say di mrani nipa ni di because Ghana sika ye nyina ye dia Ghana fo nyina dia ensio na ebi ni ho e kwan na ye kan wasem problem say wo Ghana nyina es Ghana fo sika na say ye de solve is a nipa ba ko bi mienu bi ekofa sika no wo koti kwan so bi na enye kwan pa so dia e say me mrani ni di enti me dey am not against say ye di obi ba wakosi emranim say ye susu say aban sika bi akodi ni nche wo kwan bone so de me ni problem ba ye ma asem di bia ni ndi asem ni wie se koba na se di asem ni wie na nipa na di fo a na wo be boy amane esi a endi anka me ni beji ba se sie ya kan bebrebe we nyina no de bia me ka se Fourth Republic ye nyina na ya tenem ye nyina na ya tena Fourth Republic yi ufo be ba no si corruption power akufo bonus abem de ebi si da ebi si da ena akufo ba ye ufo be ko no atamo se kufo abem de proye ni kankan de number 1 me boa atamo se Mahama de be ko no na yesi ye omukura de omu de si obi ade ana me boa akufo ado de so abetwem yesi enu so bon kankan but if you are say ye this Fourth Republic now you can say a number of corruption cases are you can say allegedly anything na ye dey campaign ato ba nyina no bi sound say nipa hin na akodem nipa hin na yetumi convict you omo akodem if you look at the litany of cases
Auditor General report to crowd hosike die bebrebe yi almost 3 billion
nipa hin ene yetumi convict you omo akodem ente na ma nipa nji corruption fight ni ni no because wo ba be ka we ye kronfo we ya ye say na de tumi ama so ende wo ba woni krofo no bedi wo ba be tena be mu 8 years wo be ko no na de anipa miensa bi ene de wo makoye den akotum wo yifri mu a woni obi abium the candidate for president Musaba say Abuga Pele and now because high profile corruption case and Mills and Mahama one abia that me a any national communication authority William Tavia any the national security advisor and his deputy ni Bafo Bonnie and 4 people about NCA cases. Those are the only cases of high profile corruption case there. A man for Akoda jail. Uyi enu free one. How people in Akoda jail biom. But who cast you are the number of improfua ye de oma 2 million mu say omu ye kronfo omu de aban sika omu wi Ghana sika omu nyina ya ntumi afo bi anko jail. Ente ya na attorney general press for na me hwe bebie ye frie ne bebie ye ba. Ya na me ka say media ene u be kan bebie ya nya de ame meso so. The amempesa make sense say asem na court ama court ayeden e di asem na we say we e di nkuguo mfa no nkotom me en na mpesa mete what you say
but even the point you raised initially now about say in 2014 the same national service crown there were scandals and for these cargos names are yanchom. Does it even give Attorney General where the moral right say, oh, case, wait to me and prosecute you, Bia. Now they no be the over prosecute.
And then maybe some case no up to an obi an bisa say na ekosi sen ye wie ni sen. Ye wie ni. And say Ghana ska. Sa Africa no so Ghana ska. So many other cases I accuse among for some Ghana ska. Yen to me en chi wo mu ntuma na en to me ko jiska. Sa Africa ni na so ye Ghana fuska. And to me hwese ya approach prosecutions in terms of high profile corruption cases bedu na. Said the American just said court started making pronouncements say we are guilty and America says Attorney General we need to answer many better but see idea I'm just giving him the benefit of the doubt. But the problem with him is instead of going to court and getting the court to do their job, now court need to be proclaiming say obi a guilty and obi guilty no. And no more I say me who a lot of effort at that level. There are no effort in say yeah investigation. You won't say nipa where you say. You won't say nipa where you say. And one But me,
do you think that it's more of propaganda? Say, and a diversionary tactics. What is his motivation? Age, you know, because why would he do that?
Me to me today because some American say or you guided by past precedent. No one who said yeah accusation share nipa bebre but former ages bebre and to me I'm convicting nipa bebre. So you're guided by that, Anka dia press conferences we anka on kra.
Okay.
Because the potential is say uye nyama we nyina na ekodu baabi na amafo ehun say dia oka ni nyina no ase asem no ye hu ni ti na ye hu ni na ye hu conclusion dia. It will do a massive deficit for the Mahama government. Say ubeka bebrebe we aka wan e beto aba no ye hu hwe eni no kra o mo say for 2028 na o statistics amanfo gidigidi ana court statistics amanfo a o ni ba ko je kwa Ghana for be catch say the election tin na wo ye o me ka say na what na say 3 years want me angele nipa na e do election period here afa na o see ye jele nipa e ba no say no create problem for the judiciary because na ma be ka say the government na control judiciary say election by to move amanfo tum and they believe that we share say ntembom na e be about 2026 ending na ye hu judgments ba first quarter of 2017 na judgments ba amafo be ka say why ejuma pa but so be press conference bebrebe we na ye kan 2028 na o say election ba na afi na judges jeli amafo left and right na nyame no kra obi abeka kire o say some crofo they don't deserve to go to jail and he should be minded say was setting a very dangerous precedent as Attorney General obaye cases about that dano e what trial ni nyina no wa be terminate
exactly
it one who say they want to me and complete cases we na ko ba no say Ghana for koto aba na e bia ni your way ti Ghana for buefu say who can say man for corrupt want me anya hwenti ye tu a ba who from no ba no so be discontinue cases na Ghana for cash
exactly
that is the one who who try fire stand to one anko aba who for the be ba so be dey e ba be fa so. And then I'm the president now was setting into so you're minded by that press conference and any priority. The priority will be say the person we call court in 10 now a better 2026 and the maybe first quarter in 2017 now may secure a certain number of convictions. Now they are backing me say myself say I am even right to terminate those cases because cases are maybe back with matumi approve. Omo de no matumi approve sa na mbetu na me discover but me de na matumi approve. Say for ban say for 2028. Now still you have not been able to achieve any significant convictions sir. And am for be ka say won na obeja o nyina kra no. Wonim say wontumi ndi nkunim ti na woja o. Ebe hama ban seriously. Nti di omo ye no ene de omo feel say omo kan na party for bon say mo ama omo dabi. And for right 2028 now unya enough convictions are it will become a major issue against the Mahama government.
Okay.
And then the President Mahama now no appointee Attorney General. On one case, Mr. Attorney General the master press conference and why and them say yeah, go to the court and focus because na appointee no and whatever happens obi on the case Dominic Ayini's administration on the Mahama administration too. On the case, you must be an day. A better man from Attorney General. Mahama ni legacy and a man for the camp massive. And the Majidis President Mama Ankasano, learning from the first term, and learning from what has happened under the Akufo-Addo government. No, Master Ambano. And so to me for Attorney General and said, Master, why a press conference now? Who the court no air convict here. Who be press conference 1 month after the conviction? No what church has no more in this program. Oh dear, yes, I'm not conviction about that. But for now, dear, it's too early for you to be always out there doing press conferences.
Okay.
And I say one thing, and on here, also, or the can send A plus. A plus the can say, oh no, Attorney General corrupt. Up to now, it means you A plus over the clearing. Or by out, move the catch the Ghana for say, a brand be your friend Mr. Sledge. And now, on a man is the campaign. Now, our brand CNA A plus are down for A plus Casa. A plus Basa and Mr. Sledge wants some no okay. Mikaito Kaipa.
Yeah.
How many will say? The same a brand CNO and the OSP are watching me say, or the Onusuni me for I business beer. And one by someone, yet there are some coaching a brand CNO. And it's a Siano. Una o prosecutor amount for nipa na also o ma o kama odi o campaign ono so obi akwache no say ono so no kwan bi so mo susu say aban sike bi akodi ni ho say ko ba ni say abrantie we I'm not saying so you're guilty
yeah, the docket brand can he prosecute
exactly ana interrogation no akata sa sika no ebia me kan no am me kasa but yeah assume say investigation akọchire say Sa brand and sika na yesi ebi a afa ne same from meet no ebi na other sponsor who age no campaign na obenden.
That's a good question. That's a good question.
That press conference he's opening doors or exposing who to things one can hear that you know ebe na be hurting in a way he will never forget.
Okay.
Ebi a for press conference anko ba brand here we din na A plus na be ka bibi na we kra na e cha brand we do an a brand we na age say o man is carrying a campaign say yes on so or wasam e wa ban sika no because ana and okay the koban say that na e koban say akwan ko ka say ana investigation chile say that sika na e bi a ye investigate no say state need to be prove case na against him one na e koban say investigation say as part of that sika na state to be prove against him e bi ana e bi na
then he will be forced to resign.
Good as you know press conference be no oye no or no more a man for will come at him and issues will come up and will affect his reputation. Okay. Or be a press conference can say or no about the drop cases no or consult to and perform say a prosecutor or more lawyers. Hey, now who obi anya case say who dey ordinary court. Now so person drop case also work consulting a lawyer. Open the lawyer can't just men drop case now nowadays.
Well, ABC no you plea deal there's allowed.
They just plea deal. Okay, no one consult you and no drop cases no. Eh, Sagleme plea deal be na bow. Even talk about
some of the people decide to say when Ira obetua back.
And I make that other Sagleme one it just be home. But say a drop case no. And the press conference no
you not prosecute.
And I make them the press conference in some of them in some now Kano. Ususua, it's affecting his reputation. Onye ayi na any no position. Or I party hawks no the pressure back to say koye na mafo so we eduma. But all say reputational damage ba. Ono mo pian so nkonye no. They will not have been affected. Or in Ghana for who on level officers age. Intimidate me feel say that I mean ya to President Mahama for. And for offer any catcher to say why be what he can't send baby a man for. They say a Ghana 4 person who say what convict a man for. Into the press conference na year focus on the court. And by 2016 ending or first quarter of 2017, let the court make pronouncement whether somebody is guilty or not. Then we can know whether we are making headway or not. But
people are also saying it's not just about prosecuting the people, it's also about name and shame. I think somebody sent a message like that. Say the entire press conference necessary say what's that age so name and shame.
Okay, name and shame. But if you go to court, you are not be able to prove it, then what's the essence of the name and shame? Name and shame if the person is found guilty. But yet the court has made any pronouncement. That's what I'm saying is that if the court has convicted the person, now by the country, that is the proper name and shame. But you don't do name and shame before prosecution. Because if prosecution goes and the person wins the case, how do you then retract the name and shame? And the name and shame should be when people are convicted. You understand it? And actually, you're very careful. I'm not against name and shame. But nipa no can say them. One person who say, "Oh no, na ye the accusation ato ne so." Na ye name and shame. Na say our court. No, we call him kunim. How will he feel as a person? And you know, we all must treat us. It can be me. It can be you. Can be anybody. And ask yourself that if it had happened to you, will you say name and shame is okay?
Okay.
For me, name and shame is not enough. We are talking about public money. If the person took public money wrongly, let the law say so, and let the law say refund. Let the law say go to jail. I agree.
Okay.
But when you want to name and shame, when the court are not made pronouncement, that one I have problem with it.
Okay.
Well,
meeting now but first and foremost, no. Only Tony Edu interview. Now Tony Edu say Canada Japan ya ho odinti no. Enkebeya on drop it. Did he say that?
I'm sorry, a radio call no interview no pick story from.
Okay.
No say obia to meet na adwene. Enti omo bisa na about perform omo contest on NPP. Na ono the key point say ohwe Canada Japan was studying for a while. And not only certain attributes via onu filises obi person odi o mampeni a na oyesa na onu o filises a ne panenye say man kwan me de o mampeni. O kasa fa Ken senya kan kasa ho. O kasa fa senya Ken edidi atem. Ono na adwene mu no also Ken nsem no bi o kan nukura bi enim entro no o twagu amanfo so. Enti o listing ya maybe about Ken ne so ne ban or no than edu feel say and I'm just saying no wa observe about Ken's attitude, character and behavior no onu feel say obi also di o mampenye the high office of president there onjin di say obi a wa yes aniama no e say yetimi man chance no be di o mampenye onu feel say Ken on deserve say man that chance and the adwin kire me gidi say na obi sa Ken say what are his observations about Tony Edward? On the after Tony Edward. And I feel say, and yet like scientific said they be no be akoye. Tony Edward as a person, as a politician, as a statesman, and they be about the opinion about one of the NPP tickets and not making those comments about Ken.
Of course, when this is something normal, say you don't expect him to say anything that's palatable
to
the opponent.
Exactly. Okay. And so for me, I think some of these things we obia the way are open in Yama. What I say, obia was saying open in Yama.
But you President Kufuado there no. Our friend aspirant in here. What do you think that be the trigger President Kufuado? For instance, Monday near can about say omo to job border Baumiana Dr. Gideon Boakoso was forced to respond to Brian Champon because I think not Brian Champon job no. I think twice. Last week was third time. Also, Wajistiano, or the fire about me. Because he spoke about Eastern region, the so one Pramba. Then there was another one that he said, oh no more Muluzu, he is the biggest financier. And then later we no see a day by. So we been a trigger and I don't know from a meeting, and then would the meeting work?
Well, as a former president there, he has a duty to do what he has done. Because party no emana kwenya mani bedi o mampeni for 8 good years or a very big person in the party so you see NPP near with the president and the fourth republican or the president Kufuor Nanya sa kwenya no and he has a big stake in the NPP and he say about to be course internal election now candidates no omo suni omo ba omo kasa ne niama na ase amanfo ene nji una kasa e be mu a o duty so be from maka kire omo say me na medi ade for 8 years and na yakọ opposition e say yeri organize na yembra back to power mu na mo say mu pese mu di party nanim say mu pese mu di party nanim dia ni feel say mu campaign no say mu ye ni say a enne be boa mu ankasa enna mu wie primaries no so a ɛbɛboa party no ɛkwan bi wɔ hɔ a mo de fa so a wobɛtumi abɛwini primaries no but wokɔ general election ɛnam kwan a mo faa so in the primaries no anhwɛ a na akɔ affect mo in the
exactly
general election it's any duty because I said American Akufo-Addo is the second person in NPP to be president. Forever, he will be part of the history of NPP. And on now, who says the baby called so now Phyllis and Kuya. Now I can't answer my idea. He's not even trying to protect on one legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
Our party, no. Assuming who's now and to question Sana, party now for the CP deserves to be winning election. How will you feel? Okay. That's the right thing to do. It's all to me intervening. No, Munkasa. No more who say after primaries, they say tomorrow. And the bigger fight is the national election. Immediately say and I wish to say before 2028, maybe every year and every 6 months, or that kind of interaction. Even beyond the candidate. Akufo-Addo should also be able to now begin to call all those who contested. In fact, Ebimu Kra or one contested, but baby, I know what to say. I say, Akasaka Sadi wo party no more mwano. Akufo-Addo duty and responsibility say, or ben making sure say any effort to bet me making, bringing the party together for it to win an election again. No? Or a big responsibility to do that. And I think, sir, even when they elect national executives and all that, he has to continue with interaction with all organs of the party to make sure, sir, the experience I gather in political life and so be president. And as president, experience I gather, baby, hopefully say, Nyama Koye, baby, Nyama Koye. In fact, now that we are former president, I feel no benya koye say, hey, I don't want to Nyama Koye. So prosecution and allegations say this will be the first time OTA because no feeling that we appointed trusted people and they were doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Informations are coming out. For now, on your president, he will get a lot of information. And as a former president, several people will be giving him all kinds of information about the party. And he will be in a better position to be able to lead such advocacy within the party.
But anyways, because I'm saying two abone exam candidates in Baumia, Kennedy Japan, Brane Champon, Dr. Duchum, Kwabne Japan. But do you think they will listen to this advice? Did it look like they were listening? Because the bit is a Brane Champon, no, but look at how jab after jab after jab after jab. Where was this coming from?
They have a Obi Opeso subsidy in politics in Ghana, not only in NPP. So when you acquaint Akufo-Addo kasa, so be was sumpa na otie because the Akufo-Addo FM and so nobody president. And so nobody president.
Yep.
There is no experienced politician in Ghana than Akufo-Addo. Mahama the president, that's somebody the most experienced person. I don't agree. The most experienced politician in Ghana today, who be Akufo-Addo. Because we hear from the advocacy in opposition for over 3 decades, and he has always been at the forefront, has been in the 4th Republican Parliament, has been a minister in the 4th Republic, has been opposition leader, has lost 2 elections and won only on the 3rd time, was able to retain a seat, completed his term, but his party has gone to opposition. So I see Obi Paye, experienced politician in Ghana, Akufo-Addo is one of those people. And therefore, say, Omudi president, if they have the true ambition, say, the best person they should be listening to is Akufo-Addo. And aside these public meetings, Obi is smart to Akufo-Addo regularly on the side for advice.
Okay. But what about this position? Say President Akufo-Addo supported by me. Say 2024 because no one running mate, the vice president, supporting him. But then the information I'm getting is was switch camp Cobra in the champo because of Eastern region, in the free Eastern region. Say, Banasa, do you think Obama president Kufuor, even with all his experience? Because me start to make I say there's no political mafia than a Kufuor. Now, okay. On what game, I say. So he can play the game of chess for you or against you. How do you accept that information? They say, or switch camps. Maybe because no person about to say about me, I establishment candidate, you know. Oh, mommy for many should be no Bianca tell me supported by me.
Yes, you see, in internal politics, we bet in some debris. In some debris. Hey, I'm not better. We support we are no. We are experienced politicians. We bet you na. We do we never to form. And a while ago say I go for the cross supported Brian Champion. It's not a big deal. Media. A photo I'm to me and friend home and a woman me share the paper day or no support. Now, man, the foot and never the all kind happen and quack. So catch them, smoke or doing what you say. You all catch them in me, yeah, the boamiana. So to myself. And you know, the other castle or branch up for side, me friend, and I mean, seeking advisor. Why you know almost too soft? They are not helping you. Because as I said, no, who there. Kufuor, man, anything can say about the presidency because we not the president here. Okay, I say. But the whole business, Nana, what's now position like over 30 years and so obedi o manpenyin. Na time I start with politics, I say, to so obedi o manpenyin no. Lessons been, lessons been. I bet me share with me.
Exactly.
Me no. I bet me aboa me. Kufuor will tell you everything.
Okay.
He's telling you about his life. Whilst he was trying to get there. And
then even the experience I went out after free power, no,
exactly.
The lessons now so better.
And you know, the way mistake say, Mati say, or she branch one can't flap over the catch say, on best support too. Oh, catch and say, also person who do baby, I will drew. Now, when we say, we know what now position for over 30 years and at the forefront of activism and Ghanaian politics for over 30 years before he became president. And the who person sign him the end of experience, you know, who person will tap into some of them. You have conversations, or maybe you know, you pick one or two things from there. You are not calling him there. What he said or Brian Champo, it's all Jan on the tower, and anything our old friend. But you are calling him to find out. We are contesting a lot of primaries within the NPP, right? A contested primaries in the NPP. We lose baby. Anameboa. Say or lose to Kufuor in 96 Anameboa.
Yeah.
And then,
I think even 1992 he was interested, but my farmer no. Yeah.
And you know, who is the number when na Kufuor be the president for 8 years a year. No, I can't go into internal elections within the party. There's a lot that the man can tell you. There's a lot of advice he can tell you. There's a lot of things he can share with you. Say, utie na supreme. Now say, Kufuor do offer mu. And son obedi idea. Some person me di idea, and then I have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Ubisano, Nana, if your microphone or campaign team advises, a quite person now fire now select you. How did you mobilize the people that back you for you to become that strong within the party? What strategy did you use? How did you Nana? How a quite person how to build the constituencies within the party?
Get his playbook, normal use.
Exactly. And you know, one person was succeeding. You have a lot to learn from Akufo-Addo. President Akufo is there. Go and learn something from him. And the whole person will say, and now we support where you lose out because experience now here and just strategize, you know. So you don't have that much experience. So if you want to succeed, you need to talk to people who have been through that process. Come on, go to advice. And that's how we say on the back you. But who be here? A choir on to me fast. Oh yeah, nobody idea no. Also, person and the free to one church now. Now go there with the mindset that convincing to support too.
Okay. By everything, the Enfa candidates who why ban one, the Enfa Kennedy Japan, okay, Enfa Kennedy Japan. Based on the last super delegates conference, the showing that he did very well, being the second, even above Alan Chemantin. what do you think they say so far the campaign our running on? Because he's trying so much to change the image, you know, to say they're not on Edu can so Canada Japan. Because if you look at the last 2 years, he's not been in that position anymore. As said so far after the campaign, does he have promise? Because some of the research can say Olidi.
Me better research once because some of this really better once idea. Nyama meka no be better say who running the work down into me person meka those research once.
Okay.
But it's not out of place to know say Ken is the second in the last election and this one so no he's in the second a pole position the most competitive candidate against the Baumia is Ken. It's like a Ken and a Baumia race again. Okay. But you see, those times, Baumia was a vice president. And Nyama Bebre and Uncle Suyo are by a man for to me use against you. And then party in your Bamu. And Chechemubi a bebano, a bia, a bema amount for a Munyama differently. Ken is a strong candidate, and I've said it. Ken, Nyama was started here in the party to position himself as the person who really care about party people. No, started here. Why you do bebre? Who the omu nyina bo mu a? Dia why bibi na nkrofo na ehunu ama Ghana for so ati say why we ama party why we ama party Ken. Branch champon say nye campaign we ya. And can nyama na onu express why ama party na on kebida. And it is new information to a lot of party people. But Ken the Wayama parties for so many years, we regularly tells the party people say, this is what I'm doing for the party. And the Ken are sinking into people's mind so many years and Brian started a candidate. And the Ken they say, we're preparing for this thing for a long time. And I'm not surprised by the fact that the strong showing. And when he entered the race, the catcher man for to baby Alan, how can Ken come and beat Alan? The constituencies Ken I build it within the NPP. Send a way in the Niama, send a one marketing in home. Embrace that one young will be the president. A man has advantage over anybody who wants to contest him. If you are not a sitting vice president, like if you are sitting vice president, like Ken would have been like the one everybody want to catch up with.
So Kenya Baumia ni race ni man.
Oh, Baumia ni race I can't lead. Because Baumia is candidate as a running mate to Akufo-Addo 2 times. And then he won election 2 times. You know. Abema wanya a certain advantage.
Yeah.
As that advantage in one. But if like somebody like Baumia is not in the race, Ken would have been in a pole position. Because he is the one who was able to market himself as the party, the party's people.
Okay.
The people for the party.
Yeah.
He is the one who has shown concern about party people. All these people have not really done that by saying it for people to know. But marketing is not about only doing it. Also, my constituency. So one can Talency constituency no onim say why did this hour. All of them might have done things. But the Ken there, Nyama Bebre Wayama party no. He regularly trumpets it to the party people in the media and everywhere for them to know say he's doing a lot for the party. So that has endeared him to a lot of party people. The way it will be a party no everyone akumaso. And for me no Ken, people can say a whole lot of things. What is actually affecting his campaign? People see him as somebody, but people are now playing back a lot of things he has said, which are considered negative against the party and people in this country, and they are using those audios against him. Because since we counted the last primary still down, some kind of vituperations were slowed down. Slow down. But people say, yeah, man won't slow down. They encounter their Wakanda than farmer. And to hear the opponents of campaigner, they are bringing a whole lot of things he has said in the past to say, "Why can't wait that? Why can't wait? And that's a moment the chance. So that's here. And that is what I
do you
see
think that's how audios ni videos no mu use against him no? Ebenya nana because and Monday ni me bo back no quite explain so it was about Safma for leaked tape bi and nana oye NPP for no mu leaky you know so the harsh language was for only those who leak the audio but omo they are frano e dey ayet second dey Japan dey did attempt. Do you think about affecting nana?
That time no one share that anya time and Ashanti chirimu ya okay. So that's here. A time ye all kinds as no be ye ho no. One share that oh say na me can no nti mamu mfa no ho sa. It is a na who be chirimu a obi be ka say it's an afterthought. That one problem no. That's what the opponent will use because the thing is working against it is trying to change his mouth. But that time now, okay, now, ebe ye ho, e ma party for bebrebe food those time. Unyam emre spend hours in the media to explain. Say they are making no. This is the main important now. In the communication, no, and I mean who say, I say, people are the opponents are really pushing against him. Say, nipa we mamun too maken because emrebi okanwe, because one who say after the last prime minister now, no. While really managing, while managing the composure, while managing the utterances. So one was saying, "Akwana says, no, one kasase ni o tiende ya kofa ni old audios ni nyama wake kan in the past no. Say okasati a party penny okasati a party for we no kind of attempted against party for, and that is what they are using to me against him. And that should tell you, say, the candidate is strong. Because when the candidate are not that strong, I don't need to go to the past and bring anything against. But the fact that you have to be going to archives to go and look for things he has said 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and then I walk and the I work here, it tells you say he is a really strong candidate.
Okay. Yeah, so you're moving Baumia. You're moving Baumia. Baumia, so is he holding his own? They are no Kutano. Is he bringing that to the table or Eswati? Because now everybody is going after Baumia's votes.
Yeah, everybody is going after Baumia, but I think in government, those strategies work. In opposition, those strategies don't really work. Because they are more opposition. And now, question is, Baumia really any power abemu. The only person one be about a bank air from Japan. Because Honorable Kennedy Japan was a board chairman of Ghana Gas. Oh, they are there. Dr. Educhum, education minister. Brian, first term, national security. Second term, agric. And Ufa candidate now say, Mufa trouble in Nama Baumia. The question is, who sector now who handle problems there by the same family Baumia now. Government is but it is all there. It is easy to blame Baumia. But now in opposition, people begin to ask the question, now who you wait to my year and agric and come out and complaining. Education also some for complaints when you are na war and the emphasis you about me and never back buy and about me
Dr. Educhum response now the by he succeeded in education.
Can you say is it your assessment of success varies right of the education now people didn't have complaints now on impact for the do say school placement omu chesino say ombo school placement so there are every ministry out there handle piano. People have expectations and you can't meet all the expectations of people. So obviously always there will be issues people have against you. So to go and say Bibia Koyenu, you cannot tell me that everybody accepts that you have performed very well there. You cannot say there are no party people who have serious issues with you. You were in charge of education. Education was responsible for scholarship secretariat. People who were looking for scholarship as party people. Now when they be there, so minister and you know or show no way want to be a mwana. Okay, the only issues.
Free SHS school fees into Bebre stranded. Okay.
Yeah, free SHS was a massive policy, but free SHS also has its own issues. People were talking about the quality of food. There were issues that Ojukra send and Kolano or Muko school 2 weeks. No maba na people were complaining about all these things. And then don't sit back and say, "Ni my eme juma you." And say, "Obi say juma na wo bo ho aba so sana Ghana for do no so hu. Sana party for no so ehu nana." And that kind of comment, in opposition, don't do that. Me, Dr. Addo, see, they don't make a man as a politician. Your success depends on the people around you, your advisors, your strategies. One person, you may even be a very bad candidate, but if you have good strategies, good communicators, people who make sure that your campaign message, they are the one who determine your outing, they determine. They are the one who are putting spin on your messages. They are the one who are strategizing and crafting you as that person. The people who are projecting you as that person. If you don't have those people, you struggle. So Dr. Addo, he's talking a lot, but I don't really see the effectiveness of his campaign team. Because I don't really see how they are projecting him as the candidate that should be. And you see, we have a situation in this people think when they go and plant stories in the media, they are having front pages here, left and right. The people are shouting already, means that they are being projected. That is not strategic communication. That thing you put in the media, it should give you a certain leverage to a certain point. But Dr. Addo, as we speak, if you ask me, I don't really see the stagecraft of strategy that is propelling him to be like
it's Brian Champon campaign no cry yeah they change Dr. Addo campaign no.
You can't see how Brian Champon campaign is going. Even himself, Brian could have done better, but I think that he also has issues of strategy and campaign messaging. Because sometimes some of the things he says, I don't even see how those things are feasible. Something must here. And they have a one neck at your same way. Brian is missing the point by trying to prove that it's political. If he had smart people, in my opinion, the smartest branding brand should have had is for him to be branded and projected as a business leader.
Now, they say they are naming him as Kwawu Elon Musk.
But the question is based on what? What are the narratives? Okay, it's about narratives. What narratives are you making the people believe? Politics, they say, is make believe. Let people believe that this person, this is who he is. Brian, to me, if he had had a strong team who really have the kind of strategy, I am of the view that the branding they are branding him, making him to look like a firepower politician, I think is the wrong way. Ken is the firepower politician. Brand him that way. But I think Brian should be branded as a business mogul who has done A, B, C, D, who, when is given the opportunity, will use that acumen to make sure that Ghana thrives economically. And I think that he has done a lot for himself.
Yeah, it looks like that conversation. Okay, Kennedy Japan has been consistent about make creative jobs. Me buy my water, me you have no cost or have, but that should have been on no Brian Champon messaging as a businessman.
Exactly.
Kennedy Japan position as a fire brand. Somebody me buy me grassroots for.
Exactly. So Ken should be the fire brand. That is his strength. But I see Brian's strength as the one who should have been branded as a business mogul, a young man of this age. At this age, he started this business. At this age, he had been able to build this. At this age, he has been able to build this. And by now, Brian has this total number of employees he pays. They work here, they work here, they work here. Brian owns this hotel chain, one of the biggest in Africa. This is a young man. Brian is the one who wants to transform the entire Kwawu into a tourism enclave. Brian wants to build an airport. Brian, sit down and do a branding that will project the guy as the man with the big brain to transform business in Ghana. And that if you give him the chance to become president, things he has done in his own businesses that has made his business to be doing well, he would transport that same strategy to make sure that private business grows. So Brian, for instance, should be surrounded by a lot of successful private business people.
Because I'm even picking information, say, Team Fonny be crazy, like Carlos Money and the Oma sign one because I know, so because of Eastern region, all the Eastern regional MPs, the Kuya Munina want to come. All of them are supporting Yeah,
No,
Kemani, Carlos
Anything
Ahenko
regional MPs, almost 70 said they are supporting Baumia. They had a press conference. So for now, Brian has only about 5. If you take the numbers.
That is Eastern region, but yes, other people,
Yes.
former MPs, say Carlos Ahenko, son of Eastern region of Yesium, but not a Tema
Okay.
MP. He is with him.
But then, if what you are saying is a photo on father, there's a problem. Because as I said, who candidate you can never brand yourself. You can never make it as the candidate. The people around, if you put the best strategies around, everything you go and say is because that's what you are told to say.
Okay.
So if Brian had maybe 20, 50 business moguls, successful business people in Ghana, okay, around his campaign, and it's not political. The political people are down there doing the strategy and the rest. And the Brian appears in this campaign, and this business mogul that everybody knows is on the stage of campaign here. He goes to meet this delegate, this business mogul is with him. And some of these business moguls will be making statements that, oh, they believe in Brian's vision, they believe that Brian and business will thrive. These people are so influential because they are successful people in this country, own their own businesses. So I was thinking that if Brian really was to be marketed and branded to be that candidate, I was thinking that the strategy would have been different. What he's doing now should be what Kennedy Pons should be, because that is Ken's advantage. And you cannot compete with Ken on that level. You understand it? So I think that I tell people that in any serious country, when people even have the dream of going to public office, the first person they hire is a publicist.
Yeah, they have a crisis. I'm gonna hire publicists, yeah.
Appointment number power crown, power crown. Yaman appointment for only publicists. Official one of the story my journalists will go and put public in the media for me. And no.
Okay.
Politics and politicians, a politician is a whole brand. Okay. The way big companies will actually employ experts in branding, in communication to project their institution's image. A politician is a product that needs several experts to brand and project him. But that is what our politicians
Okay, President Kufuor, I think in 2008, even when the campaign was tough for Kufuor, 2008, they brought Obikra from Abroach. Okay. In 2008, they brought somebody. Yeah.
This is how I see brand. And that's our politicians don't see themselves as products. And that they need specialists around them to brand and project that product for people to accept the product. So they think that it is their speeches by their own, by themselves, that will make people believe them. For people to trust and believe you, first of all, it's how you are projected. How you are branded and projected is number one.
All these people, but Yanka Kwabre Japan. So far, I think that one of the very experienced people, but I hear say finance no sikana kodi some place until omu to be financiers onyankro form be pushing the campaign, said they wasn't pushing the campaign.
Exactly. Kwabre Japan's problem all along has been that he's not getting the financiers to back him. He's not getting financiers to back him. Politics is about money. Politics is about money. So if you are a good candidate, you have all the attributes, you can become a good president, but you lack the financial backers. It becomes very difficult. Because as I said, if you want to buy the expertise of branding experts, communication strategies, political strategies, business strategies. You want to buy all this expertise around you to be able to build and project you. It costs a lot of money to do these things. And so you are unable to get the right expertise around you. Most of that they look at, meaning your campaign, your chinsa, we obey to me a jumano. Look, those people are supposed to do a certain level of work. But the people who will sit back and be drafting strategy, idea, policy, and everything, they are the people who make you who you are. But most of the time,
financiers them. And the declare ambition is Obeko.
Yeah, because he had this ambition, he contested some time ago. So he had an ambition for a while. So for me, the best thing you would have done should have been that for the past 4 years, he should have been looking for strategic investors and backers. Okay, so by the time that it is 2-3 years into Akufo-Addo's regime, he would have had a lot of financiers backing him.
Now, Elvis, when you say Akufo-Addo answer na sabotage Kwabena Japan, because even in his second term, I understand say all that Kwabena Japan no pennies and communion the chairman Ghana gas who said then, you know, I said this whole afoko ni Kwabena Japan, aluta, omufi party headquarters, and then omufi bastardize them and made them look like evil people. A bad then obi was Sikakra they sponsor Kwabena Japan, they are sponsor because they remove them from office. Now it's so me nipa bonia moyo mo hwenye ye. Nti enye Akufo-Addo na stage this whole branding struggles for Kwabena Japan, as they say. He's more qualified than Nipa Ekonyina. Is one of the most experienced people among them. But attracted the kind of sikane ebe pushing the campaign. Nya omo anaye. President Akufo-Addo in particular onka ho.
You see, politics, Obikai, politics is a self-interest game. A self-interest game. And the one only Obi a specific interest of it. And you must protect your interest. And people who think that they want the interest you want will do everything to sabotage you. Our politics, and see, only an experienced politician, and so you should always be looking at what can affect you and what cannot affect you. So it is true. If you ask me, the way they were treated, they were unfairly treated. But you know what has been done to them? If they had had a good strategy and leverage on it, they would have used it to attract sympathy. To rather become a real threat to those who did that to them.
Okay.
But I believe that they were so embittered that they didn't look at it as in the middle of all this pain, any what advantage when a woman met me apiki?
Sir.
Who was strategy, sir? We see, a junior becatch or say, I did see money how onim. And then it sounds bad, but you better acquire A, B, C, D, so I'll leverage you on it, man, be advantage.
Yeah, MP sympathy votes for that. MP sympathy supporters. Yeah.
And for me, I felt say they were unfairly treated, and they felt so embittered, and as a result of the bitterness, they didn't look at the spot that they can look at and take advantage of the situation to their own benefit. And for me, I feel say they missed it, because in a party, there are so many aggrieved people in a party. Obi o yaman appointment, appointment no man on penti o aggrieved odimu do o wa be. And they say if you focus on those kind of things, now you are able to project yourself as obi aya victimize you unfairly, and therefore who feel say those who did that except party etimi party from say mamu aya victimize more. You'll be surprised that if you leverage that very well, that any financiers scribe about side. Because there are so many financiers or my financing party man about power or business egu, because expectations say on be from Abemo in terms of contracting yama e dey ati omo kano Abemo ebi no capture all the opportunities. But still or one or two business be or what sika kakra free mu aba. So what they say, also your treaty will say, and as I say, I know person will take advantage of that opportunity. Now, leaders are. Some people will be sympathetic towards you, or better finance you.
Okay.
So and in all things, say experts know what one can look at. This is a negative thing, but there could be a small positive somewhere. How do we leverage on that? Anything I make us say, if you hire the right people around you,
the politicians they move to delegates instead of helping the right people,
exactly,
the right people. Yeah, that's what they do. Elvis, just say among all, who is likely to win?
Well, looking at the NPP after Edubahin era, I think that when they have a flag bearer, they've tried to keep the flag bearer. Secondly, Dr. Bawumia as a person has a certain advantage of likability by people. Dr. Bawumia naturally amanfoɔ pɛ n'asɛm adentia Ghana was some GDA bi sɛ ahobrɛaseɛ ɛyɛ a very important attribute of a person. Debia mi ka sɛ nyɛ President Musk crafted ne ho as obi ɔwɔ ahobrɛaseɛ anka bi a want me be Akufo-Addo in an election. But me did say that attribute of President Musk there or Wabotre, President Musk there ahobrɛaseɛ played to his advantage against President Akufo-Addo the candidate at the time. And I believe that Oshe candidate ni mo a Bawumia we device ni be and that's still some attribute of say or humble no. I have always said this that attribute of humbleness no has played a lot of roles in our politics. It is obi what that characteristics not contesting an election except usro sanipano. And I think say largely the party people will go in for Bawumia. Ken is the biggest threat. But see, Ken in that firepower mode no so. And conform the bray I better about Phyllis Ken atia or munize one way or the other. Either through the pronouncement or some action somewhere. And you know, for some of those people, they may not want to vote for Ken. Not because they don't think that he cannot become a good president, but because of personal scores on other issues. And you know, I think that Bawumia being on the ticket for 4 times, twice as opposition, twice as vice president, his network as a vice president has also affected a lot of people within the party. That in his role as vice president, probably he's been able to help many people in several ways.
Okay.
And that attribute say, or a humble, Bawumia de Ojo, Bawumia Ojo no. I think it has an advantage for him.
Okay.
Bawumia is not seen as Obia or arrogant. So Ghana say Ghana for say we are arrogant, how a problem. Whether it is true or not.
He had to struggle to check that image. He still is struggling with that.
Why that should share and not share African way. But before that time, you know, Akufo-Addo now was suit. But when they wanted to brand him for Ghanaians to see, say, Papa will only arrogant, no, they have to do certain things. And if you look at Ghana for that perception, say, sometimes, as I say, sometimes they are completely wrong. Sometimes you are only assertive. Sometimes you are only assertive, but they see it as arrogant. And then if you look at all these characteristics, no, it will give Bawumia an edge over the rest of the country. As I said, the race is a Ken Bawumia race.
Okay.
It will give.
If Bawumia gets it, 2028, Yabeko NDC there. Does he have a chance, especially this issue of okay, say Yabeko about 2024? There was this issue of religion. Ghana no, largely ne Christopher Ebia no man pekremo for other people have used it against Bawumia. Ebi Moses say no for votes in Bawumia to me and Famba, and that is what caused even greater Accra capitals. Kumasi Ade. People are saying that the candidate Bawumia could not bring the Zongo votes. Something, if you look at the statistics, it's not entirely the case there, because there were some Zongo votes that Bawumia was able to bring. But people have said all that. Bawumia, can he get anything for NPP? So, we need prime minister, 2028, can he win?
Obisania, there's nothing called religious vote. Okay.
Okay.
We will go to a pure Christian constituency, and the candidate is a Muslim. The MP is a Muslim. How did that MP win? The religion is the cause.
Okay.
How are Muslims winning seats in predominantly Christian communities? And if it will be a Muslim, know what me winning areas like Christopher, how then do you want me to believe the religion play? And then the religion said and no Muslims should have won in anywhere where they are Christians. Something must say. And sometimes, you know, I am my now no material with me and credit. And will be because honorable Kennedy Japan constituency no OGM. NDC are fast no. NP no a Muslim.
Yes. Muslim. I seen Central.
Yes, depending of the constituency, NP a Muslim. South Matia. And the fixation on religion. You will see a time. They didn't catch us. Ghana, how elections are decided by the performance of government of the day. Ghana for in fact what is happening to an opposition.
Okay.
The Ghana for are dissatisfied with the government, they will vote you out. On make two abeti and one day because obiati as say Ghana sika nyine kura. It is any point now. Any opposition e ba be ya ma no. E ya buy na so ye. So pension any opposition say be ya buy na so ye. Every problem in Ghana is solved by government of the day. And the people will vote against you based say now me to aba ma buy we some solve problems A B C D. 4 years and 8 years later no. Don't want to me and say me two and the opposition party can be in disarray and will come to power simply because the Ghanaians are not voting based on the performance or the state of opposition party.
Okay.
As a verdict on the government of the day, whether they believe that Gabon or the YN Eswini and not Eswini.
Okay.
The Nana say, NDC Abenwi, me one of the biggest threats, who said, ever face you, this promise of 1 job, 3 employees. 1 job, 3 employees. It's one of the biggest threats to them in 2028. Because they see they are lamenting. Nanu Akando say, for your calculation now, they see there are 74,000 health workers are. The young for you, one of them say you the young for me into another calculation. About 2028, Sabana to me and some big money I employ heavily. About that time, no, not doing say. Health workers in Kwada will be unemployed will be about 180,000.
Export the health workers. And when you say you negotiate with other countries and export them.
But they have not been able to do that effectively yet. So ultimately,
no, lazy Ejuma because I'm buying beer UK for health workers. Other countries, Australia per health workers, some confirm for Philippines, near other places, Indonesia.
We are Grenada for Prime Minister by President Mahama in the agreement, some of the next is for the call. If they are able to do more of that there, but then I can't. Say the Ghana payroll and the Juma say be employ more Ghana there. Say buy a nyasika KCBA about 2028. Maybe health workers in Kwan that may be unemployed by 2028 will be over 180,000. No. Education mile, pharmacist mile, so many others a mile. And that promise say 1 job, 3 people. And a lot of unemployed people say something significant is going to happen. Nukura woman say something significant behind to me see or employment in Ghana. Okay. And because I and to me that kind of money to recruit such high level of people. Because a nipa every school afibian endorse.
That brings me to Mr. Addo. That brings me to NDC. You know, say I can Bawumia. They say he's likely to win. Ken is the biggest threat to Bawumia because on what tiny to pair one shall obey defense against Bawumia. But I share this issue of whoever comes out of NPP, the Baby facing NDC. Say NDC ni him say, okay, either Haruna Idrisu or Julius Debra or Yenyem says, "Say don't get us off at the World Cup." He's really in a subtle way campaigning. Say don't get ya. And sana omabo ato force in Sweden. But surprisingly now, President Mahama talk about Oba. I say he's eyeing Professor Jenano Pokwadmai. Do you see that whoever comes, so bet me face who? But in first and foremost, who is likely to emerge from NDC?
NDC race no, a very tricky. So we catch our next one the Obem immediate Obwa. Imagine no. The NDC son said, see, President Mahama has only 4 years to rule. And by 2 years into the administration, one will be a person president to be unity openly. Sekobanisa now government get distracted. They may suffer seriously in 2028 because unemployment issue there. Until send a minute will be a nurses and teachers no. Yet to me agreement we bet me a ship or more abroad. But say Ghana payroll there. They bet me a fan and to me fan here. This is to me any thing from abroad amount one. those who will be unemployed and will be saying, say, what that because we one job, 3 people, and we thought will be many. And they say,
then there more pressure on the baba so
more pressure, baba so. And a lot of projects on Castle Bayano, Nukrani Nami, a bad thing. Ghana Sikasem Jinadiano. So the catch say, we are going to do so much massive projects. It's going to be difficult. A bad thing. They say, I can say IMF, you bet from May 2026. Now, if you be a public person, but public person, it has consequences for the economy itself. And you know, the best
there will be pressure on NDC.
There's going to be huge pressure on NDC. I see the only light NDC back to media if they focus seriously on the prosecutions and what to me achieve some acceptable level of convictions. Now, man, for I say, one yet in Crano, one now, when you are buying Sikano, what to be the Bodona for 2 prison. Sekoban Sandia, that will be the lighting pointer on bet me Jinasu at the head of campaign. But a lot of the things Ghanaians expected from NDC, the public person revenue generating and the bet to me aban ever a kit for the next 3 years now. And we can't do much in terms of projects. Roads,
even the gold board, Sika any other Sika, President Mahama pushy, Wako Saudi Arabia, or negotiate Japan, or Nina Bakra still.
Gold board. Or yeah, dear. But gold board now can. We have to do the accounting well. Accounting is the way you say gold board $1 billion. And now even for the $800 million, then they are got to good. Now I got tongue, not on ya 900 million. Now just a profit now, but can say 100 million. And see how easy expenses in every man in Becca. No, I found the same money as I had better good. No, I found the accord. And the 8 billion I say yen so far. No. And the same money in the year recycle. The question is the profit margin you're saying.
Okay.
And the gold board now, you're canning in Ano. The same capital base and no more recycle.
Okay.
And when they are recycling the same capital base and no more autonomy, the same scabas and the they acquire, we should be focused on the profit margin they are making.
Yeah, not just numbers now. Yeah, they to
not just the numbers. The numbers are the only reason it makes sense to say.
But let me push you on Professor Jenano Pokwadma. Do you think I'd likely say President Mahama best swerve because people have said General Secretary Saudi chairman, they be our president. People have even gone as far as to say that presidency the Tobo or the liar. Dule Munaye chairman, council of state chairman, crown and presidency. Julius Zebra, people say he's good, but experience in Shada Niho. Ato forcing, people say he's good. Experience in Niho. And a finance minister, Jumano, say one succeeded, there will be no justification to make him the candidate. So for how they do so, Americans and comfort cannot and passing experience in the war. But not so comfortable because President Mahama for northern sector, the presidency cannot go back there.
It doesn't matter. See, some of the arguments among for I mean, sometimes you have to be clear. President knows offering for central region, and I'm a the vice president offering for central region.
Yeah.
Jenata of the central region. Later Accra, they've never gotten a vice president in an NDC or NPP that. The NDC has been winning the election with that kind of formula. And this formula, they can't formula, but let's look at the statistics. If those things matter, why will NDC present Professor Moss from central region and Mr. Atta was from central region?
Yeah.
Jenana is from central region. Does it mean that the other regions, and some of these dynamics, no, because let's use the empirical evidence of amount, but Obia find such an argument. Look, I said, don't get your own. It could be the biggest threat in the NDC campaign. The anti-American say, so I who say, obey anti-establishment candidates. Now, one map party for the CSA. Wono e kwan anko pese NDC bu omani amfa so sa. Enti ne yetu Mahama kwa yemfa omani ma no bebu omani kwan party for pair. It can be the biggest threat to all the rest. Because the rest no more abemu. Enti se niama anko yi a na asedu nkata na adwin se obe use that against mo abemu a. Ebe ha mo papa. Because he asedu nkata is a strategist. Just not repeat for Swampofo. Just look at the campaign he did. When the so-called tape was said to be a leaked tape, the comment be okay, almost why they say a leaked tape. And you leaked tape, and no one someone for say a leaked tape. As I'm not the enemy now, Pepper Sanya, or Mutu or tape San next year.
Just say
So, and then I said, look at that one directing now. See, it's a grassroots person and or a political animal. And they are not ultimately gauge the mood within the base, or to me gauge the mood within the base and write on the mood within the base.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't know whether he has financial backers, but if Asedu succeeds in getting sponsors, financial backers, he will be the one everybody will have to beat in the party. Because for him to be able to leverage on issues within the party and make it his campaign point, then you can't beat Asedu for that. And because he has been general secretary for all these years, only information they bring from the grassroots. A lot of people can easily send him text message. People can vent their anger to him all the time. And some of
Onimobia weak point. Onimobia weak point.
The network all across Ghana within the NDC. On the money information. Meaning which of the candidates has that kind of network within the party base and grassroots. And the people should not underrate that. That's why I see. You can underrate him if you know, say, we need financial backer. But say, to secure, sikaphobia on backing the candidature. Or no man for chasing. Because on that sika can one, not the kind of strategy no one. A bad demand on person contest. Meanwhile, the names are working. One boy, what there are.
Yeah, what yeah. I was thinking, saying, Corona Capeja, Mama, bet you soon as never animate on this way.
There are so many names, even Alex Mode and co or names are out there. So, because everybody says, everybody sees it as a level playing field. We can all go and play.
Yes.
It's the one sharing here. 17 NPP aspirants, it may come to end this time round. One on person about contest, number the doors. And Obia become of your one calculation, the entity of Philly said, on never to near Winyama party. And the NDC, almost situation is more precarious than the NDC. And it's a statistic, a bad affecting government's focus. Because a lot of the things will now be blame government for this, blame government for that. I told them to do this, they are not doing it. You understand? And then,
especially from 2027, Econo.
And 2026, and on Besha here, almost 2027 in rule. On Besha said 2026. By the second, third quarter of 20, I'm not for you on winning plane. Because that president, I'm a category move, you know. I'm a category of time, so because it's here. This year, I never run party. So to myself, I said, look at that, a nipper one is cut. I don't know if this can have good or no. With all my information, who got 5 regions of the north are a very strong candidate up there. And all he will need is to get a southern candidate who is also strong to back him.
Okay.
And they could be a threat to anybody. So people are saying that maybe I should get the advice and all kinds of things. So people are looking at who actually have some numbers and strategy that can move. In the NDC, I can tell you, say, anybody win. Yeah, can't want them because the NDC, a lot of things will happen now. Government will lose focus.
Yeah.
Because the things will say that government Nakasano, they will wish to say they are on the opposite side because Mahama and the crop for yes, you take you over.
Yeah, but I mean, just a quick one on Alan, new party. Would that also be a threat to NDC or NPP? Because they say, Alan, why are you full-blown political party?
Me Canada, and America, Alan one. Yet Alan has been a very powerful figure in the Fourth Republic in politics, especially in NPP politics and governance. Ama, on several occasions, ni supporters, Alan die, Emma Penasem, Ghana for Penasem, on the numbers never break NPP. Yet, they can never be break, to say, oh, Alan die, on the NPP for what Penasem. And we see Alan as that stalwart figure in the Fourth Republican politics. That is who he is. Unfortunately for him, with all this, and Yamama for can find brand the Wayaman in England. You had two ballot papers and reflect it. Alan had 32,000 votes, 0.28%. On the ballot paper, so question is Nipa na can say Ghana for do penasem, one of NDC before penasem, even NDC for because beto abama no, Emma ebeto abama no. Eba ne say na on the ballot paper no, the name was here into abama no nya 32,000 votes. Fa we never tutu nana kwani bedi aku cheddar ho. Fourth Republic yanti cheddar nkase osi or president or politics and now we about to a me and no oyi nenim. Now oyi nenim go ye hu ni ntem or ye billboard no the mass too so. And no wine ye. And no be mass ni say on na ka be say 6 months na ye to aba. Thought mass here. Cheddar kwa aba to mu a. Cheddar na di third o. Cheddar BT Alan. Cheddar nya 88,000 plus votes. 0.76% votes. And he said Michelle Alana in the Fourth Republic. Yen nyina nim Alan uba Alan di Ghana baby obi ati Alan dinda.
Alan Cash.
Yen nyina or a stalwart in NPP or a stalwart in Ghana politics. But the data now ever out in 2024 elections which they say sa attributes the man are reflected into votes.
Alan has lost it. And
Alan there I say or fading out, no, or fading out. It is Alan Party. Me makasa me engine this way mebuna. Now here's our statistics we are. Ube why you say ube kwa kwa because you hold Dr. Beda sama from party okruma amfa.
Nana go do the praso amfa.
Guzitano me can say ebi ate we free NDC mu a. Ebi anka Mahama vice na ko no edi man. Because it was so powerful and close to the top at that time. Okoformu ni party amfa. Dr. Wekubo be fi NPP mu koformu ni party amfa. Ehun papa kwesi ndum aforme party amfa. And the smaller parties in Ghana clearly know the history needs to say smaller parties really or mu nya ade e wo Ghanaian elections. And the vote now Alan Enya in 2024 say he is just part and parcel of that smaller party. And maintain this day and age, obi person dey want to share such situation. And Amaka say, if cheddar for the first time no one buy, now we be third o. ABT Alan I be third. If there is a prospector, I see it more rather with cheddar and his agenda rather than Alan. The Alan na 5%, 10% in the last elections. And Amaka say, why a political party there obenya more? Nana Addo Rawlings was the wife of former President Rawlings. Say you see Obi Nejuma Atachi and Mao Ghana ha Obi at me fan to Nana Addo Rawlings. 31st December movement. Almost every corner in Ghana, why one project or the other under 31st December women's movement. And the new form the party I say a man in answer money way or no Atachi your life. It's the better man and obey a force. By a two abano. The party and consider idea. And one I mean, I say, for the few years ahead of us, party, a bed is said, third force be baby image. But then I can't baby no. Assume each other for cafe shutter, say shutter, mayor, tourism and creative administrator to become a hona youth now. Omu do it, omu become a home. Na ebia was not finding other young people be omu numbers not on mobile. They could become actually the third force Because
No, Elvis, the same way. Okay, say it again, because it's not even to offer a first and shatter tourism. I think it said running mate. That can work.
Yeah. Oh, they running the study. They catch
who will be sensible enough to tap into that shatter, the loyal fan base, no, that person can cause serious havoc to NDC and NPP.
It's a serious issue.
And yes, sir, Shatta Nankasa himself, maybe he doesn't like politics. He can just turn himself into a movement and contest elections.
And can you imagine Shatta on the campaign trail? Nano rapaholic Kumasi Shatta do Kumasi fans only and it's up there and you. What's your airport?
Oh yeah, sure.
What video? What's your airport? Oh, car in the
airport in the mihu, yeah, airport in the mihu, yeah, airport in the mihu.
So the Gen Z is wrong. I say, our mindset is different from yeah, my men only the same Gen Z for my junior is different. I say, young ones now, what is the NPP and NDC, the moon 2 more. Me imagine, I'm got too much head. And they are almost getting to 100,000 in their numbers. It's almost 100,000. That's more than 2 or 3 constituencies in this country. So all the cheddar vote to share second. Once you have 20,000, 25,000, 30,000. And the who share cheddar now person because I said 3 constituencies be according to but constituency a youth, a Gen Z, younger generation. And it's all tapu into cheddar, not tapu into somebody else be now or mono youth no, and who almost say age wise no. I say omo ye age mate. Niama omo kan so no. I say no na ye Gen Z for no. There could be the possible third force in this country because the youth no omudo papa and don't do no I imagine say when this NPP doesn't yes mean you omundi because your aspiration na you want as young people now say almost to me fulfill it and if they find solace say obi say na bedi akwa bi a message no kan no affect it when time say NDC NPP cry no. So we are smarter. They should go and review Cheddar's campaign messages. No more than Kaya. Almost 100,000 people. No more say, is there something they are missing that they can craft to get such young people on their side so that Cheddar does not become a force?
Okay.
But
okay.
After our generation, young ones no more. Okoka, you see, UP tradition, NPP and then the crime. Who beside NPP for almost me or NPP, the people say UP tradition, they don't even found one. Why you have 10% of it in your catch?
It's true.
And it's our tradition in the Amana more. Hey, look, young people, they are looking for what you have to offer them, not your tradition.
Yeah, they don't care about those things. Yeah.
They don't care about tradition.
Yeah.
You see, you know, young people know our mindset is different.
But Elvis, so basically, Musa question, they said that Gen Z near there now can they are with Ken. Or see what Elvis has confessed now. The Gen Zs identify with Kennedy Japan and will vote massively for Ken only if Ken wins the NPP delegate. Do you think so?
There's no evidence to that. That's what evidence. I'm using national election
statistics,
results. Me, I'm not using. I'm saying national election results. I'm using. Ken and standing in national election man. Yeah, who that number? Me, I'm using that because Cheddar is the his first time in politics in Ghana. On the first time, I campaign episode on my penny or in any level of politics, Cheddar on the assemblyman, on the MP, on the minister, on the fee, on your campaign via Ghana. The first campaign is the episode the president. And I mean, catch us what you have a stalwart like Alan on the ticket. Obia now, my catcher say Alan the map and Nasem, NPP for Penasem, NDC for Tuaman, Ghana the Alan is likable candidate. Not Cheddar now, we didn't give him all those attributes, no. All those attributes are from Cheddar. But Kobala papers are OBT Alan. And then I'm using
more than 2-3 times the vote that Alan got, yeah?
Exactly. And you know, maybe the statistics in there, Kasa, can to now ballot near Twaba, who said, but and to say, I'll have the official statistics, no. I'm not forgetting your candy on Beckham. But, and the Okano, and young one, it could be somehow because he, Gen Z is no more banner. That firebrand type of Ken, no. Unsa say na Mukasa. na social media.
But everything and our advice is a Ken should not lose any firebrand, you know.
And they made the rebranding
I
now.
Firebrand, we must consistently follow that because I'm attracting you to the side. So Jaya,
rebranding no mu ye Ken. Someone benya to say obia like Baumia or Yahubrasiano. That is not the Ken people want.
Exactly.
The campaign team, I'm telling you, the Ken people want in Ghana is the firebrand Ken. Only attempt the DNA film, but on can assembly with that kind of feel, the firebrand. That is the number Gen Z for no. Akoni ho. But rebranding is like onusu benye ahumbrasia na. We are trying to model him like Baumia, but Baumia has taken a lead in that field. Onu on the advantage. Can advantage young people say no. Young people are able to comment Ken because on assembly or can send it here.
Yes.
And the book can say okay, yenny attempt the daily film, but be that firebrand. I think that's how country. But since the last primaries, I see the branding to be like toned down. Then your firebrand this I don't think that will work for Ken.
Yeah.
Because the people now the quality of the firebrand.
Okay.
The firebrand. And the it could be true that the young people may go because what the young people like or do is that kind of talk. It's now called social media. The young people are out there firing left and right, center and back.
Is that? Oh, Elvis. Well, Elvis, article. Let's not try to get him. We were almost done with him, but my mama for some joining up, almost to share or move views. I don't know, say Doomson Abeje. Elvis aboswa, but we are praying say nye Doomson because Doomson the enemy say nankeko, but said the ATB. But an appear the only Elvis a trace a Gen Z for no or more Ken side. Well, it's not what you are doing, but he's giving you free consultation. Into your be and you be smart or Ken Tima, you take it. Second, the position there, Ken the fame when you're organized because it's a firebrand. Maintain that minus the insults, minus at them, and you still become one. I'm going to let Ken be Ken.
Okay.
Now let Ken be Ken. They are fed a man time Ken. I said them the as a cocoa. Can tell you so that is not Ken being Ken. Let Ken be Ken. Let him be the firebrand he is. Minus at them, Oh, one time I'm good evening, Akwaba.
Good evening, Sister Fia.
My experience journalist. So I edit our news center.
The guy's submission, it has been fantastic. I can tell you, say, man, you could come baby.
Oh yeah, obviously, the manager. You understand the game. Yep.
His submission, brilliant, spot on, and well done, well done. Also, he gave a very balanced view, and not really. I said, "Oh, can't favor way," and also can't favor way. So the submission wouldn't mean say Obekama can Obekama we no. He has been fantastic. We need to applaud him for the submission. Just fast forward. Yamra Masemso. I'm say na my comment. You made a comment to be about I don't know say what now say what is it Elvis here. And the point about NPP there said na last week can be so Ken you have to say let's Ken be Ken say who's the problem is a couple of days Ken Ken emphasizing the issue of say
almost why NPP for some more Jimmy
comment but what we have forgotten is say if Ken that is the case here at that time was a meeting and Ken NPP for being more you and yet the whole NPP onipa ba kubi na wakwati say yes be a wabeliki tape ama obi enti say nipa ba ko why do you insult the whole NPP?
Ken what evidence say nipa ba ko na leaky tape because the tape became really a big deal.
Yeah, but I'm only emphasizing the fact say and some be the reason people pray back to and ask you question and no. Because you are trying to portray yourself, say, and yes, how the mom say, I'm a video now. He's saying, say, or call baby, no better, and will be leaky tape in the man. So the issue emphasis as not the conversation, but it's about the leakage of tape. And then so if even And you ask yourself, or no in the home confines and onim komo biana, obedin komo. And we should have accepted that and it should have been measured. So okay, ebia me so kwanya me fa so kasa no. Sometimes the fact is oh pachawa so admittance might not necessarily be a friend is saying a guilty, but it's a bargaining chip for you to overcome.
Because admit to say he was wrong in Kasano.
Yes, of course. Okay. I think that could have played good to him. Minkasebia that should be a name once or come who defend it. That's a whole case NPP there. Why is any paba kwabeli kite po amount? I mean about equate the whole NPP institution, you know, and the video matter. Okay, it's a fair question. At the same time, yeah, but to obey. Can it be said, Bread Champon they are no okay. Bread Champon they are no, you know, so you know, free. About Rock City issue with Snake. And also say be pray back to NPP. A whole lot of issues. NPP for defend it. And you who free mu in the politics of the defeat of NPP. And yeah, last week I was emphasizing about collective nature. Obia who fought to say a body, the whole body and soul of NPP, no, and a bias, you're ferry together. But what can you do? Reposition yourself. And for me, that is that now, yeah, can and now Professor Ayite, if the other question about free SHS, or see if free SHS was so successful, why did NPP lose? Who was your friend and say who was the educational minister or the education minister? That is a Dr. Addo. So you see the problems, you know. Will you who free we free anti-communicators now or manage the various aspirants, you know, they are not helping them because the more now you who free mono and on the back creative problem now. Maybe the whole issues now, yeah, cannot. Now you find that Dr. Baumia Dion, what people initially thought they say opacha or no, then force reno. But also you go internally now and kofua manabedia what a man kofua benya jidie bi woni mu say, oh, waji and inform so atomo so ye bone kura no ka ho a ya nyina ya yamfom so momfa nche. But then the question is yamfa nche mo de na mo pese mu ye bie mu a ana mu nye bie mu a enti ya recha mo emma se mu be ye bie. And that is also very, very key. Dr. Baumia, in order to emphasize that, you know, what the BB policy be to what say, given the opportunity, you know, now obey some sort of a year biano, obey making sure say annually, so obey president here, obey meeting the grassroots, you know, or no mobile discuss it to understand them. And one thing I would they told to give them the assurance. Secondly, was they are to also obey institute a welfare system. That welfare system also no.
And you feel like he's addressing issues now. And opposition, no?
Opposition.
You are. Okay, very
That's
well.
Correct.
Yeah, very well. Very well. One in town. Mama only have because
and sister fear where you my free. Then 3 minutes in a way you my free.
Or background no the time be my message the account because Elvis Ababa because when they you need do me breach good evening.
Evening. It's the via me Mr. Elvis Pana and why boy mama in your near.
Solid.
Question, mama. Question, mama, is say issue of religion tribes and personal opinion. Also, research new Uncle read the Afro Barometer Report 2023. Almost say Ghana for 12% of Ghanaians they vote on religious and tribal lines. Or Afro Barometer Report 2023. Same say Uncle read the I will not for so personally no. Who say we effect. I was in Ghana during the election. Sorry. Via my camera platforms that also for Indian sort preach say when I go to Bama Muslim, maybe I'm Muslim, I may ask for 80% go to Bama. If you don't have personal experience here, don't say it doesn't have any effect. Actually, secondly, so now say okay say who's a question say no if you say no for being also when the problem it not off and they are uncle attaching Eastern region say I go for free Eastern or and there's no way say eating for tomorrow ben champon. Eating for Saba, and they are touching. Camping away this and they are Mr. Evan Coty or say, I go for free easting and a core. There's no way to Ghana for a person co eating, you know, cover Ben Champon, but very amount of my Champon or Montoma Baumia. The refuse of Mamma Zufi enough. Mamma Zuvia and con off beam. Those things, you know, intrinsic something uncle Fumua, or mechanical. But Ghana, you know, some question on can't but or the way you must say, once I call off, once a man call off beam.
Okay.
After now, I can't about positions. Position now, Obia, say share responsibility, and share responsibility. Even if a share responsibility, Obia any rule, but we are not economy so. Brian, no share Greek so. Kennedy know about Ghana gas. Ghana gas, you know, share Kennedy inside why no Ghana gas in Tia, you lose here. People should bring it out. Brian, I agree, no, you know, call ya one, you lose here. People should bring it out. And about me as economy, no. Factors we know, idea me lose economy. Nobody can run away from it. That year, service can okay, or very emphatic. Hey, Ghana dear, wow, by Muno. No be na me position, and your position party no procura on your campaign. All mistake na do be call. A dear mistakes na a DMP for economy. Economy one head of economic management team. Anybody
Okay.
And there's no way say if Anna is a venel here. Can call Bungrugu no yo. And Crawford to my can buy the omo photo. Tom to my can so man 0 and then she said, almost again never would war while to man while Edo way by say Omutra photo one phone super film there. And so I don't and the service on social media. A war can Crawford say or mom was
But they could also be lying and deceiving Ken though.
Woman against the rules, but try I did was what they know a banana. Or also was constituency chairman or a chairman on can campaign manager or to a very northern regional minister mobile so mum can't school them be the kai and on ma o me 100%. And okay no can campaign manager on zero. Also been to my ken no the photo image by online.
Okay.
In anti-Reagan team this time there. There's no way a boot for boot. Yeah, more be
okay.
Now, Mr. Evans can say finally say Gen Z, you know, the via or moment a chairman Sabunsu, the bank campaign that you minister be about a campaign. Or moment economic tone to you know, or to about the service say or so who say or more one fire, Gen Z on one fire or power one day in this or never
statistics.
Who
it's not
means
about
no,
statistics is showing you that Ghana between 18 and 34 no. Oh, out of it, the largest.
And I'm some man statistics. It's not make a change say on so Afro-Developmental report American religion tribe as no say on the statistics na the man so so bango kai. But me catch me why you say or person or best a year or policy circle. Then omo mo no don man. Omo so say wan no pe no to aba young people for the 2 year they call Ghana for.
The second one represented the rest of Ghana.
And Ghana second one America. Everywhere be a person research bia no. On your bones Ghana for no to aba.
Abrantie bia o Ghana bia second.
The because I'm to say 12 o'clock being 80%, 50+1. It is the majority, the majority for pen a pen and I can for him said the baby about radio. You be a planter, you go 37.1. I have been young for the about we win hands down with us.
You breach me at you. But I think that my main fact or more so that you can respond to all the issues. Well,
okay,
go on.
Can the can say the fire brand nature no and agency for no way day. Rebrand no way no. Man ye attempt the attack on personalities, but that fire brand nature no man and I'm saying my can so or continue and no youth no that agency will be on the Sanaman.
Okay,
yes. Yes, research. I cannot doubt their research. I also gave you examples say even Honorable Ken on one constituency now, no or was now one copy with the president. The parliament, the Nippon or MP was a Muslim, but say as in Central a predominantly Christian. And I'm saying there is evidence to prove that there are Muslims who have won elections in predominantly Christian communities. And they are not so kind of saying, and I'm not doubting the Afrobarometer because I know it's a credible report. But I'm also saying the evidence on the ground also shows say you can see predominantly Christian communities and MPs who have won there are Muslims. In terms of, or say, North, Mama, for example, say NDC have never fielded a Muslim vice president. Do you know that?
Yeah, but they won the Muslim areas too.
They have always fielded Christian tickets, and they have won elections. So why is the statistics that it has to be this, it has to be? NDC has never fielded a Muslim vice president or a Muslim president.
But
John
they
Mahama
always win the Muslim areas, no?
John Mahama is from the north, but he's a Christian. Okay? John Mahama of the north, so a Christian. And the NDC, both their presidential candidate and the vice presidential candidate, Muslim ni omu take it suda, a bit see that. And Amasa Kacho said, Omafa, a vice president from Central Region, President Mills, Ama Otwasu be the president. Omufa, a Central Region person in the person of Emisata, Emo be the vice president. Omusanfa Jenana from Central Region, Emo be the vice president. And if don't look at only NPP alone, look at the entire political landscape. Say NDC, both presidential and vice presidential candidates, no, they have never fielded a Muslim Christian ticket, but they have won elections. It is the NPP rather who has consistently fielded a Muslim and a Christian, but they fielded Muslim and Christians and lost elections.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about the religious aspect, like NDC should not win elections in Ghana in the presidential elections because they are the ones who have never fielded a president or a vice as Muslim. NDC is yet to Ghana or a vice presidential candidate who is a Muslim. But they have won elections. So if you want to look at it only from the Afrobarometer report, I trust Afrobarometer, but the reality on the ground, they say that which you are referring to in the report, a reflection in elections in Ghana. NDC should never have won an election, but they continue to win elections. So you
is a prince, so because somebody sent a message say Ken Foley, no, because NDC feel they allowed Mumuni in 2024, but they lost 2024.
They lost.
Allowed Mumuni, NDC lost that election. It supports the whole kind of class supporting Elvis argument to make it. But Sir Prince, good evening. Sir Prince.
Yeah, good evening, Sister Fia.
Good evening.
Yeah. Me that's say what my akunya me chia me offer Mr. Darkon Elvis. I think send a submission now very good. One thing I now work na me hwe din a me hu ni say o hwe bedi akon a de wo ye timi mani bi nya third position is in line with Ken ni say o say bedi akon yusu Kwame Nkrumah o yusu Kwame Nkrumah in his campaign. Into Kwame Nkrumah campaign what year during that time, and I said Kwame Nkrumah position during that time was about job. And looking at the current Gen Z in Ghana, no, sister, here a Juma. Who can create the job? Who can get the opportunity for those kind of youth? So if you look at all the aspirants, even within the NPP, I'm talking in perspective of the NPP. Oshe NPP musisia, yeshe Brane Champon, yeshe Kennedy Japan, yeshe Bawumia. Omankasa, these people, no, the job traits, which person can be aligned this with? Kennedy Japan. That is why you to the even those who are not even delegating are still, vying for Kennedy Japan. And the next thing is about reliability. A candidate, when you are a candidate, you need to represent your people. Kennedy has been there consistently, being reliable to the delegate, the grassroots. Kennedy is always there for them.
And 2 points is Obesa Winnie.
Yes. So Kennedy has been there for them. And if the party wants somebody, then even after the election, any Japan. And the next thing is about defending and straightforward. Also, Oshe Mebruna Yebana. As ye penokre, but ye obi kanokrena ni niaje. Obi defendia ni niaje. So this is the kind of traitor a Mebruno, any Genzino, yes.
Okay.
Somebody who can defend us.
One can go back to Elvis as some more kind because that's why he says Sadia Ken no mama ne jai kasano. Omun some strategy no. No mama Ken.
I think say Ken enjoy kasano. One thing I can say Ken is more focused on his campaign.
No, but where he's coming from, it shouldn't just be focusing on your campaign.
No, sister, no, the entire Ken, I focus on the campaign. Is in the previous campaign, no, any little thing Ken will come and respond. Any little thing Ken will come and respond. And let me tell you something. One of the strategy in campaign is the moment you start responding to Sister Efia, responding to Mr. Dakono, not that you are swerving from your main message.
Okay.
It is when we are Kennedy this time around, baby obekobia every constituency no, or focus on the job, on the job, on the job, on the job. Oh, enti ni amomo be Canada. Enya no na yeti. Se say no omadane de akwere. Akọ Brian so. Se say Brian anhwe anya lucky a. On the message na anase de opese woka e kire ne manfo mo moto abama no no. Onka then we to mane no. Na we ato mane no. We say fertilizer and one farmer. We say me de buy. We say economy ni say now this time around Kenya Japan is more focused on his campaign.
Okay.
It's no job na nipa ni here. It's a job on why then asem kire omo.
Okay. Yo. Sir Prince, I'm now asking, Mami fa Black Kwame, good evening.
Good evening, Sister Via.
Patrice you.
May Niana more can about religion. Religion me just say a play role power politics. NPP, the NPP for the biomo a fairly north. Any Muslim they say on say time a Rollins time. On cash and Crawford trim say a can for party. Na can for mo ebeje party na. On be pam nordness near ye. 18 from that time never nordness ni trim say Ashanti for and answer can for the omon pet or massam. In the NDC in a poor massam in order to kill that perception. And on this idea say you better pay south and north. Enti na more yes, I yes what they say religion and I say but more person kill that perception. But I think that right now the perception may be a free hope. But religion still it plays role. Me treat Uber. 2023 no more better you know me for woman be me for any frequently echo danceman. Enti na me de ato I think say you are the same. Ekosi say and I know more ka ho asem. And a woman say NPP form yom kofa ba umi ayanto. Na me say ade. No say ye mpese Muslim bia be. Na me say oh, na say Muslim and dey mfa ho no ontimi impose na you say no still. Omo de yiba de ayanto. Ohun ti say you can say play role Ghana ha one thing is a hypocrite. Yes, I hear them my can't be by a babontin a babusa opinion. Obi ampese obede. Obe kantisa niamani in a play role, but I ask a okana bontin as a sounded even to me.
The other na said Mr. Dakonke, NDC. Omo fa cremoni running mate that but they be north omo winning. Zongo areas in omo time winning. Adentia.
Aha, nature exercise say. On say time a Rollins ebe ye cool. Woman no support ye other small tribes no. At the time ye back constitutional you know. No mo nyina support it. And na wo mo de ahye Ghana for trim say I can form pe other tribes na sem.
Okay.
What you say? Aha, nti wo hwe NDC nordness na ye more than any other party.
So de amfa ho de ombe ya omo ya kra ombe to
am religion. But NPP for na was so omutimi kele say you know ntina ma omo epe say ya fa south na was say north na e ka ho say na be ya betimi ya wini votes. And no so aweki.
Enti back Kwame before back Kwame Musanti NPP for the why now for so betimi wini. Omo candidates no.
Candidates there say they are dicey. Baomia our chance. Kennedy nzu betimi enya chance. Because nature America and say woman kwaye omo polling station you can say elections first on kwaye we no omo vote dada na omo na esa ko vote enti e dicey baby maybe a second round betimi abum.
Okay yo mama na to back on I atabra wa nkomo ye de yeah that's baby Mr. Avis remember wa join this say mama fa boss udi this because we na abaso GA celebrate na abaso nti udi ni azazi no mebo mami tio
yeah
good evening azazi ye tio
Yeah. In fact, at this moment, let me say a critical moment at the NPP party because Kena Yenim say or you very loudly to the point of Timika say memo or showdown. No. Seeing to read at this time, no. Let me say the focus no more positively kind of campaign rather than say or be responding to negativity. So I think almost every day, we hear the likes of policies are oppressor way are oppressor na they more than critics are or responding to any maybe jobs are a bit more exposable. You see, there are some critics when responding, it makes you vulnerable to the real opponent rather than opponent now war on the same party. Yeah, so I think say that is the analogy Ken is adapting, and then it's really working for him because rather than that, obi a expect say onon bom na ka obe loud mouth no. See what you say the gimmicks and then the dynamics in the politics no as in the no all of a sudden was switch it as a obia who say Ken is now kind of a mature person in politics. Sebi menka say no onye mature. But you see there are some ways or some critics when you are replying to the other, it makes you exposed to the ordinary acquire with that be. So you what politics mo. Yeah, so Vim lady, shout out to you.
But into of say no buano a boa can campaign me boa.
Oh yeah. In a positive way, he's making it in a positive way because as a obi a yenim say sebi usubanye yente saa no e this time as a wafa afutuo mo. Yes. As why obi asulia. All right. So that's my candid opinion. Vim lady, miss you so much.
Thank
All
you.
the best. All right.
Thank you so much, Azazi. Yeah, that's it, baby. Azazi, no. Also on the camp, can I swear you? Be Mr. Dakuma, me fa Nana Kofi na me ma unye we no because I think I don't know. I can't pay you. Thank you so much for your time, no. Nana Kofi, Pacho, good evening. Pacho, so microphone. Where do my microphone? No?
Oh, good evening. Sorry. Thanks so much.
I say you over time.
Oh, me age, me buy a cruncher.
Me also scrap, so I see that you are from work. Yeah.
Well, Mr. Dark in there was very thoughtful and insightful and intelligent way summation. But I just wanted to disagree with you a little bit. In every democratic country in this world, religion and tribal plays a huge role in their politics. Take India, for instance, the biggest democratic country in the world. When it comes, any prime minister will win with his base, either Hindu or Muslim. When you go to the US, it's the same. Trump will win on the fundamental Christian alliance. The Democrats, they will always fail when it comes that. They will always look for an Irish president, Irish descendant as president. When it comes to the UK, it's the same. If you come to the area that I live in, Kent, they will never vote Labour. I'm conservative. Whether a conservative they will vote. And they are also fundamental Christians. So they will never vote anybody who is a liberal person, who stands for abortion. No. Then English as a whole, it is very difficult for them to vote for a Scottish parentage prime minister. Since their history, they've had only 7 Scottish prime minister, unless you are extraordinary charismatic. So when it comes to Ghana, for instance, you made mention of a friend saying, Mijima in Asin Central. Mijima, if you go back, Mijima, you see, he's an MP. And see, MP does not appeal to nation. He appeals to his base. If you go to Asawasi, for instance, Munkata will win election and election and election. It doesn't matter if he was a Muslim or a Christian. The same with Mijima. Mijima is like a native of Asin Central. Kennedy Japan was the only one who could have won. The moment Kennedy Japan left, Mijima will win. And in Mijima crowd, the crown, he's called David Barr. Remember? So some of them, they are not even as Muslim as you think. So if you use that as a basis for your argument, when we talk about the religion and then the tribal, I don't think that is a good argument. What do I say? So coming back to
but how about NDC? They are not say they've never elected nominated Obi Oye North Nana as a Muslim as a running mate, but they be winning Muslim votes.
Yeah, no, but you see, NDC knows the trick. Remember, you see, NDC is coming from a party that is called a PNDC. PNDC had the cadres. The cadres, most of the cadres, so they had a basis. That's why NDC was a party that was created to win election. They had the cadres from the north, from the east. For me, as a medical personnel, when I was in Ghana, I worked in upper west, upper east. There are some areas in the north that people, when I mention to people, even those one they don't know, like overseas, for instance.
Overseas,
you go all the way to the overseas.
Yeah.
And when you go to certain places, there is no way MPP will win there.
Mm-hmm.
These are the people that the cadres, the CDRs, like somebody mentioned about a 31st December, they were there. They organized them. They were there, and so they are is part of their blood and their bone. And remember, Northern region is not a Muslim enclave. People think that the Northern region is a Muslim enclave. You'll be surprised.
Northern region Christians, there are a lot of Christians, assemblies of God, Catholics and assemblies of God.
Especially
Catholics and assemblies of God.
Yeah, Upper East and Upper West is more even Catholic. It's even now that they've developed like Savannah and the Northern, that you have a lot of Muslims. Even there are more Muslims in Tamale. But outskirts, Kushegu and the rest, when you go, even the Gonja land, even when you go the hinterland of Gonja, they are not Muslims at all.
Yeah, they are Catholics.
Yeah, they are Catholics. They are not Muslims.
A small percentage of assemblies of God.
Yeah. The reason why, you see, NDC are very clever. The reason why they will not choose a Muslim candidate, that they know that the demographics in Ghana, I'm telling you, Ghanaians, like somebody said, is the elephant in the room, but they don't want to mention it.
Okay, if we fast track it to MPP primaries here, who do you think says dynamics will favor them?
Well, see, when you talk about the primaries is about a delegate system.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? It's about a delegate system, whereby, I mean, they are using almost the same system that favored the incumbent candidate. Okay. So it will be very difficult for the likes of Kennedy Japan and the rest to wrestle the power from Bawumia. But see, the MPP are making the same mistake they did in 2024. Because I'm telling you, the Christian caucus will never vote for Bawumia. And you know what? There are some areas and there are some other, COS, that they know who study about Islamic fundamentalism. They tag Bawumia to Saudi Arabia. They tag Bawumia to Qatar. And these are the main sponsors of Christian Islamic fundamentalism in Nigeria. And people tell you that we don't want to be like Nigeria. We will not. And the only way that we allow what happened in Nigeria to happen in Ghana is when we have a Muslim president.
So you think that's about me winning 2028? He cannot win.
NDC will win hands down, I'm telling you. NDC can bring anybody, apart from, unless the person is not a Muslim. NDC can bring anybody who is not a Muslim, and the NDC person will win. I'm telling you, hands down. But you see, it's like in Ghana, it become like a big elephant in the room. We don't want to talk about it. But it's a huge factor. It's a novelty NPP tried. I think Akufo-Addo tried a novelty to dispel that Akan-like party. But the thing is, it won't help. You get your vote
by now, they should let Bawumia go with the Akufo-Addo now come on for a fresh face.
Exactly. And so that they start on a clean sheet.
Okay.
Clean sheet.
Okay.
But they don't want to talk about it.
Nana mami now say I think they're very insightful perspective now. Also, they are no senka or man. Mr. Dakum, I remember about one in time we will point now person making Mr. Dakum and fire and wrap it up.
Oh, thank you, sir. Mami, snap your opportunity again. Steph, yeah, I say Ken for no. They are also refusing to accept something, and you can tone it down. But the difference, you only say, NPP is no more in government.
Yeah.
And because of the NPP is no more in government, you cannot attack NPP. And whatever NPP Ken is doing against NPP now, be a NPP Ken Baumia group, another group, will come at him and tell him, say, you were part of us.
Mr. Daku can say, I said the only person who committed me a fire Japan.
Of course. Of course, because you have gotten the opportunity to get and for now is review and say, look at the number of contracts within NPP. So when NPP was in government, it was difficult for NPP to come and tell this story because it will be revealing itself to the the voters. But now we are all in the equal terrain. And
system now forcing Canada Japan so Kasabe Bomba exposing
and that's what they are not as one person, but me bow. I try my best not to go down that terrain because a party and to say, can. Now I'd say you are bringing the party image into dispute, and I don't like to talk about that. But but they fundamentally know my imagine say, oh, yeah, can for the yet to say. I'm telling you, who's an emphasis, once apart from said Ken, a father say make creative job, no. Dear pan or dear two or quite best no make creative job, no. But we shouldn't forget about the fact to say the moment your Becca so make creative job, people also come and question and say, what crowd job now creative? I will see what creative no. You are not paying others. So where is your number? Snake our data. A tracer who that number of people now will say what creative job no. That loopholes in your chance, no more question. Now expose you know. And tisadia obey you every ho. Now what reposition in the way say NPP for no and that to say other section to say Baumia Campono Emma may expose and that is the hypocrisy in him.
Okay.
This is the problem. But me no sister Maria men but I'm say can President Mahama say or Katiso or Yanyama baby. Say as of now we are woman. Ghana is not paying our external debt. This is what you have
because domestic debt exchange.
And I'm bringing your mind to something. By 2026, Ghana will start paying our external
2027.
It's okay.
No,
so 2026.
2026.
Yes. It is started 2026 year. Technically, NPP has only this time, maybe this year and next year to do something. But so woman to me, and already this year is ending. So they will effectively have only 1 year for next year. Then 2026, I'm starting paying external creditors, Sikana now, omo ebenya and kebi omo betimi dia aye bibi ano. It will go into servicing the external borrowing, and that will also be cripple omo in terms of the way omo person now 24-hour economy whatever. When we understood say the need of 4 billion or whatever now the ISR project, how are you going to do it? So
let's leave them to solve that problem. That will be their headache. Because at least chance no money and I think President Kufuor because of HIPIC into a chance. They've got a chance, say at least there's suspension on amortization. So servicing of what now be take advantage to use it for something better. When you do it's on them.
Good. I'm just telling you, I'm not making person draw attention. Say can say 2028, a BNPP for home bachelor, Bombay say that now NPP for an bachelor, NPP is smart in trying to select their candidate early, so they will have enough time to now NDC all these things, and it will come to play. See a mama, I can say opportunity say I to say I can say a mama debt servicing I am forgiving. Nti say sika ni nyina no e buy na bi amo de bede. There will be time people will come and there will be the accountability and the one NDC will have problem. Thank you for the second opportunity.
Thank you. Time na be kwakodo. Mr. Dako. Yeah, me too final like wrap up thoughts on yini nyina.
If you are on religion and some amount for canon, people get it wrong. They compare Ghana to America, UK, and the rest. You see, the difference is they forget those parties they talk about in those countries, no, their political ideology message is based on the ideology of the party.
Yeah.
Ghana, NDC, they have not actually preached the ideology to their people. So people don't vote on whether it's abortion or LGBTQ or whether borders should be open. That's not why we vote in Ghana. So the reason why people vote has nothing to do with religion in Ghana. Because it's religion that says abortion is bad, LGBT. So the Republicans will tap on that. The parties in the UK that are aligned will tap on messages, and the people are voting based on those messages.
Yeah, but now, also, Nana Kofi said people are very religious. For instance, okay, I said 2024, there were messages. I think Bishop Owusu and Sana exposed said churches platform where they were saying,
and yet they are so better, and yet they are so better, and because now voting both and they better aba. Something,
yeah, but any influence cry.
Yeah, I mean, my example say a influencer, a NDC. They've never had a presidential candidate that's a Muslim.
Okay.
They've never had a vice president that's a Muslim. But they win elections.
Because of how it was formed out of
religion. So it has nothing to do with religion. I'm trying to tell you, religion is different from whether they have a cadence base. Some people are cadence based. What has cadence base got to do with religion?
Well, okay.
Cadence is a religious authority, Anna.
No.
Say no religion.
Yeah. Because they managed to make inroads in the religious area settlements.
There is nothing like that. That's what I'm telling you. Say a religion and the NPP NPP a party. We are against LGBTQ. We are against abortion. We are against this. But in our political dispensation, they don't know the position of their party on those ideological issues.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
The parties don't talk about ideological issues in their campaign. It's the open religion. Religion is a result of ideological positions taken by political parties. And let the religion be. But in Ghana, the parties have no ideological position espousing campaign. And how then does it bring in religion? It's cadence based. Cadence based. It has nothing to do with religion. And he did be about religion. And he himself has admitted that there are a lot of Christians. In the idea that maybe NPP was having low votes up north. Everybody saying. And that's how people want to do religion, do the empirical evidence. The countries are already an example. They have made religion part of the party's messages, because the message they preach, it aligns with certain religious beliefs. But NDC NPP, message when preaching during campaign has alignment with religious beliefs. It's only last election that LGBTQ came. LGBTQ, NDC should lose the elections because NDC as a party, social democrat, promote LGBTQ all over the world. And the NDC have no business condemning LGBTQ because
but they did condemn it, yeah.
If the NDC is an ideology, people shouldn't vote for NDC for condemning LGBT, but they are being hypocrites because the ideology they belong to are social democrats. Promoting LGBTQ. And the NDC now made a U-turn from their ideological basis and they are condemning LGBT. Why should they win an election?
Okay.
The religion issue back Ghana politics. It doesn't work because
dynamics are different.
You're more preaching among for someone to abano. It's not based on issues that are linked to religion. It's not linked to religion. But in America, the Republicans will tell that abortion is their message. Using of contraceptive is their message. LGBTQ is their message. That's why the church in America will align with the Republican Party. Because church, is against all these vices. And the party here preaching, and align. The church in America doesn't align with the Democrats. But in Ghana here, campaign, it's how does religion come in? And people should stop confusing religion and tribe.
Okay, yeah.
Religion are the same thing. And it's a matter of a tribal argument. They should make it, but they shouldn't confuse tribe or cadres base with religion. And they're the same thing. And just that kind of confusion. And what?
But Mr. Addo, do you think that 2028 LGBT issue no be samba biom?
Because the Sesiano, the truth has been exposed. What you say? Already a campaign 2024. Akufo-Addo say me a private members bill into me signing. So what you say? Or the or just say or ma age and the parliament. Mahama so there vote to a next na or be signing. Ya to Obama na BBC ko interview no say bill no ko onim de e bill no. BBC bisa and say by the contents of the bill, don't you know that it infringes on human rights? Or people know he doesn't even know the contents of the bill. And if he doesn't know the content of the bill, they are not promised to sign.
But I guess they brought the bill back to Parliament again.
You see, Catholic bishops, echo the economy, or see or no as Mahama bill. This is Attorney General for Parliament. As or best signing. And what's the difference between the only Akufo-Addo air position? What you see? The time Mahama Yarega say bill no. Say bill, ye nyam pass here, and a parliament term and the another the bill no so no ewu. Mahama Yarega onu represent a buy of parliament say bill no parliament we wi na djuma wa pass and the president need responsible be fine. And the new omo de aba no omo accept it. It's a big test for President Mahama now to see. Because now your own majority that say onu ni mra no ti ase say bill no ye nyam pass here by parliament na ye wu djuma. And now Parliament need to back end and now a bill to the Parliament. They went away together. But only by the understanding of law. And this position was espoused by Bagby in 2024. Why Akufo-Addo was not signing it. And people say, and the Parliament rise here. That will be the end of the bill. Bagby made the point, say it can't be the case. Legally, no, Parliament has completed work on the bill.
Exactly.
So it's left the president to sign. And today,
now you are saying that President Mahama has been exposed by the bill, no? Any of the things they said they've been exposed.
Because the things he said in opposition is that Obama me a signing. Ya to Obama we BBC maybe say when are you going to Uber sign bill now what kind of bill name will say and infringe or see bill no only content. It is the only content. What promise was he making so Uber signing say to Obama now. Now is a Catholic Bishop Conference maybe Sawa who say NDA Obama this Attorney General the court parliament. They were the same position Akufo-Addo take he say or no one signing private members bill on the issue. This is a court age. Most Akufo-Addo promoting LGBT people person be signing. But Mahama has come to the same Akufo-Addo position. And Mahama has been exposed. NDC has been exposed. And I'm happy to say their own representative in parliament, the leader of NDC in parliament say, I throw challenge to Mahama so sign the bill no, because parliament is on the bill. Let's see how NDC themselves, if they are not careful, they will throw themselves into opposition because of all these things. Because now your majority will say you won't accept the new bill. Oh, wait, you know. Politics free one. Now the nationalistic view Eddie ya. And kabe boy time Akufo-Addo kaso on private members bill of the Attorney General na so ye. Now can you na just okay. And the moment Attorney General, but can be a bill no. I am ready. But over 9 months one year only. Now is like e bi mu di akọ. O majority will say on into because bill no parliament e wie neduma. They are an arm of government. They decide their own rules. O ma wie eduma to woman pay for signing. That's or the serious problem man President Mahama because we did politics with LGBT. And then they say, Yama bebre wa perspectives. Perspectives no very important. It's all the religion about Ghana politics. I say NDC has never fielded a president or a vice president in Ghana who is a Muslim. But they're the one who win in the Muslim communities. Okay. Yet they also don't preach any message. They also don't preach any message that is related to religion. NPP does not preach any message that is related to religion. So why is the religion there? In the countries now, religion play a role. It's because the parties have taken ideological positions that align with religion. And that is why the religious authorities back their message.
Next week, Wednesday. Let's do a part 2 of this. Why? Let's do a part 2 of this. I cannot pay you for your time. Thank you so much. Why? I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Also, me catch Dr. Father Dixon say, why you thank you. Why? Thank you so much. You Mr. Bezak, editor, our news center. To move follow the newspaper, no online, we call Google News Center. all the big stories now, you see it on the front page. Mr. Dako, thank you so much. My colleague in this job, you covering elections, so my very deep person. No way, he's saying it off the cuff. A good institutional memory. That's what a smart journalist does. Very fantastic guy. I'm never disappointed to learn from him. Because from each other. But I always love speaking to him because you're all can. Thank you so much, Mr. Vedako. Also, I'll join you. Be a breach me said me who said prince more back, but time now we but Wednesday, Mr. Dako be back. Yeah, back with the headlines in his newspaper and yeah, sign at us to be. Thank you so much. We appreciate all of you. Name time when you're at the next week. Yeah, sign at us with another fantastic discussion. Thank you. Thank you so much.